It's our spiritual Tuesday. The fifth.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Alcohol
you know what happened to you last time again? Yeah, so I'm going today. Yeah, you're just going for it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm busy. Yes, good evening and welcome to Kosi Family Gentlemen. The show is the Kosi Song Live Show and we're back again on a Tuesday, special Tuesday today. We could have spoken about this last week, Thursday, but somebody decided not to come because of some other reasons that they had. Yeah, but anyway, he's here now. Jimmy, I said no, Simon. This time, what's that?
Last week Thursday,
and what's the name Beirut?
We are very really activists from our uncles. Kana konse like bona mostly ne batla bo di MK bo di kai.
Yeah.
So ruta ba volatile. Le go masipala go tswane ba yiza ka re Beirut.
Malabano batho ba ne bansa le bitsa de pleke Beirut le ntsha batho ba thango Beirut straight.
La tele istuga la tele bona ba bone mona.
Pakistan.
Ba
o bona di movie tsela tsa khale tsa Chuck Norris o kry ba hijack aeroplane ba re take it to Beirut.
Yeah. As far. Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, even actually, we are back again on Kosi FM. The time has just gone, 48 minutes before, after 7. We are back again to give you another topic. I'm blinded today. Special Tuesday. So we are talking about the fake Gobelas and the fake callings and the fake imbisos and the fake thwasas. And I have the panel again. Dumelang. Simon. Yeah. Can I twist in Simon again?
Can I sing?
Twisting when I go.
Oh, I got thwasa, but one no get thwasi.
Why are you denying your call?
Why
are you denying your call? Dima. Yeah, no fail. Tato, how's it?
Aye, lekker.
Sweet brother, welcome again. Jimmy. Adi Wemfanak. We are streaming live on Facebook. As I told you, we're going to be streaming live on Facebook today. Fair for now until Balifta Ben Batoko YouTube, and then from there we're back again. But anyway, we're here, and like I said, I've uploaded the Yamaban episode into Spotify. So you go to Spotify, you find Kosi on a live show, and then you'll get the episode of Yamaban. It's in audio and video, so it's perfect. So yeah, people can just go and check that. So today we're going to thwaso fanak. Thwaso, like I said, I give you a little bit of background because now one thing that I love our culture as black people. I love it, but it kind of gets to me. Hey, in the Kanyahorano, it's like that's the only thing we should be doing as Africans. Like I see Monte and I see young kids especially girls. All of a sudden, there's now stories motivating about the college, high school, and I'm like, but do like are we seeing our ancestors as that selfish or what are we saying? And is that the only thing that our ancestors want from us? You understand? Because you know, you just go to Shanguve like yeah. Every little girl we find, I'm like, like everybody just little all of a sudden. What is the problem? What's happening? You understand what I'm saying? So I want us guys to talk about this thing, talk the real thing. Because you got the real calling, the real glossy. How do you know who really got nete moki bidi to eloki pito? Go got was this something like that. Ola, in that how Talong no mukana maybe nalabo working less than 30. I want about yen 2000. Hey, can I moya? How's the Nakata? I was a pillar cash up at a clinic. You go to the clinic, you guys test. After testing, higher positive for our one, I cannot police. How na moya on a level.
Yeah.
I was some way. Done. You understand? Yeah. Honal to just between is PO. Stanago Muzanti. Every Sunday, I think. Or Monday. Yeah. Snarly 10 episodes. So I fell maybe next week, I think. So this kid, and she had the visions and everything. So I did not right? Then the friend here, horrible stuff, he did thwaso, onale Gobelas, it. Only because she was fainting. To find out later on, she had epilepsy. There was no fainting and next. So Gobelas thing. Mr. Wana Lemoya, as the one's photo, Wana Nanga, comforted. To an extent, I know. One day, like the new girl, by a let's go see my Gobelas speed because of people who's killing the kids in school. How can I go there? The new one, as a Kononakamol, because there was evil everywhere. I couldn't win. How I can't, there's evil here. Hey, maybe it can come on to my house. Don't bring that nonsense here again with what tell Nalma demon and everything like that. Can't do no demon Hana Moya at all. She was just having epilepsy, but Chiki is telling her. You understand? So Bahaichu, someone ki otwasite when a spiritualist.
Yeah, maybe irrigate so.
Yeah.
It was something that happened abruptly, and I would use the word abruptly because it caught me by surprise, man. I was not waiting for it. I was not expecting it, but after some time, I realized
But how did you know? How did you know and how did you see Torban?
And I remember, I professional require to be factual.
Yeah.
But in this case, it was actually having turned around.
Okay.
So there was this other Makoko Nekerata who consulted and it was didn't make sense to me.
So not was the
No, that was.
How was okay.
We should call it. Let's just call it still in the process. But not necessarily that thwaso normally refer to you.
Yeah.
Where go Gobelas and then Gobelas.
Yes.
So and cut the long story short, it was then this Makoko 15 years ke na le ena ke consulta le ena so necessary ke try the way a berekang ka teng how fitla go ena wa rapela. And that was something very odd to me because nane ke expectile motho wa masapo.
Yeah.
And I want to
fitla ka mosala le motho.
Oja thapelo a fetsa oja thapelo tla sa metsi ke le molo a fetsa. We built a relationship le Makoko. Lebiso la hae ke Mankosi, may soul rest in peace ka bana salary sia lena. 15 years, 18 years, honamo, and then jiggy, you build a relationship, or motsepa because you do like accurate, the how what's on side is what's high.
Yeah,
all right. So what relation. At some point, I used to go to her, Kesalo consult. I felt like I'm Musiela Cheleto Raman, Makoko, December. So that's how our relationship was. Until such time where the issue starts tapered the top.
All right. For when?
For now.
All right.
And that was the turning point.
Almost tapered now.
Yeah.
How many women?
No, I've got two.
Two?
Yeah.
Same house?
No, not same house.
Different houses?
Different houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
so in any case, Magoko, it's what Tabayas tip. It's what le semoya.
All right.
Yeah. Yes, because you remember from a science background, I get happy.
Yes.
I need to have established some sort of confidence. Agreeability. Yeah. So it was as if it was a trick played on me because I needed to build this relationship so that I needed to be direct ka tsone.
Yeah.
So taba ya stepu ya tlhaha, taba ya semoya ya tlhaha, and then this tatamholo from my father's side o nasi demanda.
Yeah. Step. What did he say exactly?
Yeah. So
how was demon and Ulenda man?
all right. So
Yeah.
so let me just paint a picture of normally what happens. So I kena go makoko la rapela, and then o tsaya tšhelete o e tshwereng ya pampiri o e tsenya ka mo hara metsi, and then o tla bolela ditaba tsa.
Come on, mate.
Yeah. Glass of water.
Then I say, hey, Tomo.
Ah,
Why you miss a year?
Yeah, ke high.
Oh.
I get patala ka yona.
Okay.
Because it's almost like how you need to put it in.
Oh, yeah. No, it's really amazing fun. I go meet it. Like out in such a camera meeting, and what happened? Ah, okay, I can tell you. That's what Zima people. Then Sagamuta meets me, bra. Dintang, you are entire Oma than a Yashopo. What is happening?
Ah, Barna Chelitelona loco in Nanga, I be rake.
Okay.
Maybe after Nago really.
Ne? All right, it's bad.
So normally so in this instance negana la Musadi Musadi ke na o tlong ntlaleya like a jola
o kwa Magogo.
go magogo.
Okay.
So cut the long story short again, until lentswe la stepu le tlhaella hore no ebile o mpotsa hore o batla stepu.
I'll attend this the OS.
Ke mevro o
Yeah.
wa mpaisa.
Okay.
O mpaisa go magogo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until that word popped out, then I'll never forget that thing. Facial expression ya magogo.
Yeah.
The aura, the environment,
Yeah.
completely changed.
Yeah.
She prayed for the second time, and then that's when this Ntatamholo from my father's side atlael.
What else I voice hide through?
No, atlael. It's like wa bolela hore Ntatamholo o teng.
Yeah.
What demand?
Yes.
Because khalenza o emetse.
Yeah.
And when o senya nako.
Okay.
And now it's crunch time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You will do it. It's an instruction.
Yeah.
Abo?
Yeah.
So we had to come back 7 days later to because neretlile ka taba tsa ngwana. 7 days later Herboa again the very same tatamholo wa tlhaela and o tlhaela as per instruction. And then what changed my perception was magogo o re konna tsamaya o phahla. And I remember I ke so thomi dilo tseo.
Yeah.
I'm still new to it.
You have never paddled
I've
before.
never paddled.
Okay.
Yeah. Tsamaya o phahla.
Yeah.
O tsamaya o ba kope hore ba separate ditaba tsa hao.
Okay.
Hore re kgone ho nna le clarity hore o irahala.
Yeah.
Then I go ke tsamaya ke founela cousin ya ka o ntlhalosetsa dilo tse ding wa di pick up okay wa phahla wa kopa. 7 days later ke boela go magogo. The first thing that she said was I see hore taba ya step nkare ba e tshwara ba e bela go thoko.
Ora bomang badimo. All right.
Ba e bela go thoko.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this mind you, this magogo over almost 50 people a day. So I'm not expecting her to remember my story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So immediately she says, it seems like batsere taba e ba e phaka. Ya no a re tsene mo tabeng ya semoya.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
E ba tlhalosa hore
Tatamholo le ngaka o
so Ntatamholo ne ile ngaka.
All right.
In the 5 generations back, I had to
Jesus Christ. And give us a along from that time until today.
So 5 generations back, motho o ba ntheileng ka yena.
Yeah.
Ke ngwana. It's like ke ntate wa nkgono o tsalang papaka.
Morena.
But in tata, so ke bua ka motho o na phela in the 1800s. So
Exactly,
motho ba ntheileng ka yena ke ile lebitleng la
Ke
ka
that
le
one.
bona ka re ke papa hae.
Papa High. Mbutsi. Okay.
So motho ba ntheileng ka yena Sawin.
Yeah.
Ke ile go lebitleng la hae.
Yeah. Now.
Ke o ba ntheileng ka yena.
Okay. Yeah.
Papa hae. The 5th generation back.
Yeah.
Ke yena motho lo reng o tla ka ditaba.
All right.
Right. So I had to dig and dig. Ke be ke boela morao at that time.
Yeah.
Yabo?
Yeah.
So cut the long story short, ya be lore now I have to re ke tsamaye ke lo reka dipatla. Undescribable magogo hore dipatla tse ke eso le eso ke tsamaye go di reka. A re go nna ebile he o fitla kwala o ska reka eni.
Yeah.
O tlo bona gore gona le etlo
Etlatang go wena straight.
yeah.
So these things are Harry Potter's. But Harry Potter might be Harry Potter one. Yeah, how wand. The wand will find you.
Yes.
Will choose the wizard.
Yeah. And trust you me, before I got into this journey,
Yeah.
Len I thought it was a concept that is very far-fetched.
Yeah.
It's like I'm telling you, Hore, you know, ke feel kare o tlo kula.
Yes.
And then you're like, start and then you get sick.
And okay.
How, I don't know, but it happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I get some good record, but can nete to yana molamu le what do you call it?
The ankh.
The ankh. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah, ke a bona, yes.
Yeah. Ke fitla ke tsamaga dithupana tseo ke tshwantse ke boele ko yena hape after 7 days again.
Yeah.
This is the second one.
Yeah.
Ke fitla ko yena magogo a re a fitla tse dithupana tse a di tshela ka metsi a di rapelle a ba re ai nna le wena ke mo re fellang teng
Are ya mgogo, yeah.
a re yanong wena le ntate molao le na le tumellano.
Yes.
Yeah. You are now you have signed a contract.
Yeah.
These are a symbol of you accepting mmereko o lo reng o tla
Ke mang yanong? Ke mang wa phone? Please go.
Oh.
Please go. Bring them here to me. Yeah. Okay.
No? So
Yeah.
so hence you know, so that's how my journey started. And
Okay.
and
Mara emanyana wa bona re totse ke totse.
So it's if
O le tore Christian o tshwere dipata.
I'm a bit. What want to do? They've got a story.
Ke le tsa badimo
Why? They've got a story, and I'll tell you the story behind. This one, Kirekile ko rea God's window. I want God's window.
Yeah.
I get it out and I come pumbalango go where that scenic route. What from until fell to the 3 round levels. There's always people selling all these natural traditional things. Ma gogo lantare ngwana ogo reke like supporting. I was supporting anything you can buy. And I bought this. Why one Towani? Like one can reckon J. It doesn't mean shit. Can we reckon J? Can reckon can be a mola? And then this one, Jakora Kadiaka, ne? More bread. One of bread that for crossele Baraking Ela thanks baby. Ela Sasol. This is boy selling them. And that bow there, right? What? That bow there.
Yeah.
I fell in J because of it was nice. I'm like, wow, okay. And I put them on Rakoloi. You understand? So I'm talking about it. So to say, but Mosoto and I do one Jaya lawyer and Jabo feel. And you know where I got inspired from this thing? This other card friend of mine, way back, and a corporate. This guy, Wata, okay, say, I wanna lefofa. A normal feather.
Yeah.
Only be the so much spill in spill sakoloi. And then, why? I guess they believe in it. No, I don't believe in doing like in the so. But I know my cow will never be buckled in because somebody has another blind. You understand? Even this one. My daughter took it and then it has been there with me ever since then. It means nothing.
Re tla o botsa ka sona. Re tla o botsa ka sona.
For that, like my sister, when Tawani get 7 bra. 7 jackets, swar, the matangi, and a supporter rafita. Cause window. I mean, it next. Hey, and then what happened, mother?
So yeah, so that's how it started, and yeah, you can imagine from Mo it was one thing after the next. You try to understand and comprehend. And or like the history behind it, and eventually that's how far I went. But then, as I went along, Watoma again Sekerek.
Yeah.
And during consultation in Lemakoko, there was this old lady that used to pop up.
Yeah.
Light skinned, curly hair, Kimopostol.
Yes.
Well, I would tell like during consultations.
All right.
Moto kes mama mogete ke auswa khon.
Yeah.
Ke na ne le mopostolo moholo ne le moruti ko kereke.
So ha tlhagela o tlhagela ring. Like what is she saying?
As if Lena o tlhagela as somebody o lo reng guardian angel.
Is it?
So
okay.
I even confirmed the Libisola high or blah blah blah, and then okay, and then eventually after this whole thing is a trauma, just all out of nowhere fella
Yeah.
thoma se ke lora se kereke
Postola kan. Kere ke
blue and
apostola.
white yeah
Blue and white ena le bantele.
yeah
Yeah,
ke
yeah,
tsama
almost.
ke tsama go batla kereke apostol ke fitla ke kreya and you know ditoro tsa teng
Yeah.
and like I said these things ha ke bua ka tsona sometimes people will think I'm crazy.
You're crazy, yes.
Yeah, or somebody will never relate. But
Yeah.
it was so specific. And then it's as if nkare ba mpontsha se ke tshwanelang ho se bona and then that's it.
Yeah.
So in this dream it was as if I was drawn to the belt
Okay.
because in a pattern,
Yes.
white on the edges,
Yeah.
blue ka mohare.
Yeah.
Ke tsamaye ke so shangu go batla kereke apostol. Ha ke fitla kwa le ke kreya apostola ya blue on the edges,
Yeah.
white ka mohare.
Oh, asion.
Asio.
Ke opposite.
Ke opposite.
Okay.
He ke fitla kwa le ke tlhalose story sa ka ba.
Aswen.
Asiona kereke ba re o tshwanetse o batle kereke ate but for today o kana wa kereka le rona.
Alright.
Ka nnete ke kene kerekeng hona monate.
Pasa patresa ke.
Ke ya
Asibona.
phaphatha mazo.
Oh, kana pasa patresa ke ba fing.
Ke mazayo.
Ke mazayo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ke boela morao he ke fitla go tlhaloso re ase yona ne ke tshwantse ke kreye ka nnete ke Atteridgeville ke kreye yona.
Yonel blue white belt and a white edge. Blue and
Blue
white
on the
edges.
middle and the white
Yeah.
edges.
Okay.
Yeah. 6 months 6 months in fully blown muruti.
Wena.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ule muta apostola like.
Yes.
Isan.
Yeah,
Okay.
6 months.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
From Okoloba, from ho gata mabala a kerekele.
Yes.
Till now. Full blown muruti, ke a rera, ke ra bala Bible, ke a thusa ka di Saturdays, di tshebeletso, ha o tlile ra peita, ra tsotlhe.
Yeah.
O mo profit.
Kan mo khatlisa king. Hidela.
Ao, a ke re-
Ku tlile pila, ne?
ne re bolela ona beno ka go peita motho le tseya mara sure mo.
Oh yeah. Oh
Ne
yeah.
ke nyaka the relevance ro
And here's the interesting part.
Yeah.
It feels like home. Like I'd rather be there than anywhere else.
Serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, tell me about a party. No.
I gotta be cooking keep it about.
I'd rather ke
Ko pitela basadi nje.
No, ke
Oh,
bana fela.
shit.
Basadi bana
Ne ke maketso. Di mano ja mona to feta rena mo.
o tla ke no mathadi.
On portal. Yeah. We are still live on Khosi FM. Today re bua ka dingaka tsa nnete.
gape o nyako peita batho a ba bonele
Dingaka tsa nnete le tsa maka and the real callings and the fake ones because we are so bombarded ka bo Gogo's Koteni. Re bona bo Maweni, re bona bo Mamang, Modeni. Re tla mo. Modeni Kolobe. Hey man, me tlhola lefatshe. We need to discuss this because this thing it discredits our culture and our belief system because people don't take us serious. Or no, ba gaetsho ha go leswana ra re. You understand? Because we paint all of you guys in that light. It's like all of you are confused. We understand. And we're gonna answer this one. Why bana botle? Motho fela. Ko re ngwana fela tomato di ga fela nje bilosna le moya. Already na le moya ngwana o thwasa ye o di mtlalefatse. So we're gonna discuss that. Yeah. So moruti no go kerekeng wena ya.
Yeah, ebile hona le part engwe ke batlang go hopotsa Nikki because he's one of the batho ba loreng ke sale ke mo founela ene dilo tsa ka dithoma. There was a day ke mo founela ke kena go ntlung and this is what do you call it? Not an event but okay, let's call it an event.
Yeah.
Right. So picture this. Ke kena go ntlung ho apelwe mogodu. Mogodu wanga.
Eh ke o duma ya.
Yeah, ho tletse ding.
Yeah, dintsi ka motlong.
Yeah, dintsi ka motlong. Ke krea mme ona le tshumi ya hae ba nwa wine.
Yeah.
Right? Ba apile mogodu go shapa. He ke tsena ka montlong, ke utlwa monkgo wa bjala ba Setswana.
All right.
Ke tswela ka montle.
Yes.
He ke kena ka montlong, ba nkga hape.
Mara go ntla boteng.
A boteng. Ha ona motho o entse mmereko nothing.
Yeah.
Right? He ke tswela ka montle. That smell stops.
Yes.
When I go into the house, it comes back again.
This is real life, right? It's not a
This is it,
vision
yeah.
or something.
I'm from work. It's chill Friday.
Yeah.
Ke founela Nick. Hey, bra, o itse keng? Hona le something se se etsahalang se so. Wa manna, ebile o lata.
Yeah.
Niki wa nkara.
Ken.
Ebile o lata, o tshwantse o fage bjala ba Setswana.
Un profeta wena ka.
ke a lega
Yeah.
And my first time in nine ka mmona ne lo motho almost 222 wa bo.
This one, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, ka nnete ni ke hampusa ke ai nna ntwa ke tlhaloganye ke ra ha o tshwenye ya ke tla bona hore ke tsa yang ke tsamaye ke kuke maunto ke go magogo ha ke fitla go magogo ke mmotsa hore etsa ba re ba o budise nnete o lata. That's what she said. That's it. Game over.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Or latakang like in what way?
I was supposed to have done it already.
Okay.
So they even get to a point where they now like we are making you smell it so that you do something about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So because nekeso easy the science that thing.
Yeah.
It eventually had to get to a point where they actually make me smell it so that I can then take charge and say, "Ke tla letsetsa bona."
So we don't know then what happened.
Ka betsa bojwala ba teng ka phahla
Yeah.
ka mo ntlong ka acknowledge gore le bokupile kibo.
Yeah.
And yeah, let them put what's next to
I see. Someone else gonna find out what happened. What happened?
Nka thoma mo felleditseng.
Yeah. I seem like you're Jenny.
Yeah,
Let's start with
ke ra
yours.
go kenya go araba ke ska lebala gore wa utlwisa gore ka mokgwa o botsang
Yeah.
gore ha na smela.
Bojalo.
Yeah, the smell ela is significant to ntwe lo reng e ka be le gore wa e patella or wa e lokisa
All right.
go bathong ba le go ba leng teng. So go batho ba le go ba leng teng.
Yeah.
So that is why they channel you through dilo tse bjao. But challenge is because remember ha bolela gore he was new and then he's a scientist. A shingi a utlwisisi hore ona magic o etsahala, but once magic o la o ka etsahala ha one habedi.
Yeah.
Again now it's like into a confirmed.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, re ka nna ra thoma go tlase.
I don't think I'm fan like no tlile dikupu rutlileng. I get mostly ba re bjao ntja ba re tla dikupu and then
Ke tsaitsa ke ntho e boletseng ha na re ena o tlile ho nkga
bojalo. Yes.
Now in my case ke tsona nako tse ke ntse ka mo ntlong
Yeah.
or ebile ne ba hape later ha ho la scoop putlu manjomane go re like a ke ro tlwaetse ha ile weekend e ba manjomane wa itse re ha o sutlwa o lebeletse TV ya hore
Yeah.
wa be ke tswa like the same thing ke tswela go ntle ke ema mo lebating a ke re ke no ema ke re re kutlwe ba letsa ha ke utlwela go ntle ha ona next ke boella hape ka mo ntlong ke lebella TV.
Yes.
Yeah, thoma hape ntwile
Yeah, let's go piseo. Okay.
scoop seo ha ntse sella that thing ke repeatile 3 times just to confirm gore ka nnete ntwe so ke felletsa go utlwa ka re ke a hafa because ke iwane ka mo ntlong.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense. Ke lebeletse TV, ho la dikupu tsa dingaka. And then ha ke ya go ntle.
Ha o bone se.
O beanong ha ke repeata la botiri ke re o ka re motho o ntebeletse wa letsa ke ka motho ha ke tswa didimala ke re there's no way someone aka control or matho a sane a bine and then ha nna ke tswela go ntla didimala.
Yes.
Mere go mokima to be specifically concentrated le monna. Nako ha ntse e ya ke ha ke tlolla moropa ka mo my right ear ho lla du so ke nako nna beno ke ka mohara ntwe wena re ka ibitsang stress ke feel like ke depressed ke thoma lose weight ke a ota apart from the dreams tse dintse di nketsa hallang.
Yeah.
And then nana go ela o hopole I'm the unfortunate ones ke ba le ba ile reng ba entse hore ke felletse ke tsulele go mmerekong.
Okay.
Yeah, ke ba le ba ho rahiwa hore o tswe go mmerekong.
Kai le ba irang, le ba go irang.
No, it's a lot of it's unfortunate fela.
wazo.
Bophelo ba hao
wazo.
bophelo ba hao yeah.
Okay.
Bophelo ba bonno ba a mess.
But why would they do that? That's the thing. Like I always question, why would they do that? Like why would they do that? Especially for one, let's say for one automotive school. Don't let and everything. Now let's now take this to a child. And she's so looking forward to global doctor, global engineer, whatever. Then tertiary, yes. Because you can even do local high school. High school is better. She's still home. It's fine. Now let's talk about now. This child is busy trying to fix the life. Then these things happen.
Here's the explanation. You know.
Yeah.
We have to agree on certain things. Rona re le batho ba bantsho,
yes.
We got lost somewhere more in the midst of in the midst of us trying to because of the apartheid.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Now, it's unfortunate that things have to be sorted out.
Yeah.
And it seems like there is a timeline.
Okay.
Right. So the timeline that I'm talking about, it seems like every 5th generation is ke bona ba ile reng ba tshwanetse ba tseye mmereko so that ba kgone ho aligna dilo tse tshwantseng ba di align.
Yeah.
So regardless whether o ngwana o monyane o motho o moholo, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you are of the 5th generation,
You are gonna go there.
yeah, and a 5th generation of motho o lo reng o tshwanetse ke ena o promptang hore o tsamaye o lokise o tsamaye o lokise dilo tsa hae or dilo tsa go bona.
Yeah.
Then that's how it works.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we see hore again, I'm not trying to explain hore all the influx ya thwaso or anything,
Yeah.
but how I understand it is every 5th generation,
Yeah.
somebody has to take the baton.
Yeah.
And then the baton e loreng ha itse yua go wena, unfortunately or fortunately rather, ke wena o tshwantseng o tseye that baton.
Yeah.
Or try ho align se loreng se latlhehile from kumora.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So that's having to answer the question, or then you find her at some point ke ngwana loreng tshwantse a ye tertiary.
Yeah.
And higher tertiary ntse di tla di motlela, but who fitla a point where they say no, now it's time.
Yeah.
Batla attention ya how.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how normally or batla attention ke hore tshwantse ro tshwenye to a point hore o refe attention.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi. Yeah. JB, when are we fun?
Hey,
What is your take on this one? Because not really, it pains me.
No,
You
you know what now TS has just said right now. It's I think it brought some sense to me as well when it comes to the trend that you see.
Yeah.
Of Batuba, Bakana, thwaso and all that. Even kids. Now when he explains it in terms of generations,
Yeah.
it's now it's starting to knock some sense in the sense that in my case,
No, what is it? How do you accuse you back again?
it's a journey, Baba. It's a journey.
Yeah.
This is what happens. Nkula gabo nkulusa ugogo
Yeah.
ozala umama.
Yeah.
Ubaba nyamazi, yes. When I left the Eastern Cape, besing Joyele,
Yeah.
visiting and all that. Then from there I came this side. Okay.
Yeah.
So I wanna these journeys are not the same. And,
Okay.
And I think the mistake that happens with a lot of us is to conclude on things that we do not know.
Yeah.
Mina ke ngikhula nginenkinga.
Yeah.
When I was at the Eastern Cape.
Yes.
Makuqala sithi September towards ukuthi ngiyobhala. Bengishaya ama feet.
When?
Shaya ama feet blind.
Okay.
My left arm will turn like this. Maybe in the toilet, it will turn like this, and from there I'll start losing it, and then I'll start falling. That became a very serious issue.
Okay.
But before then, if we are footing sesemncane when I was still a light. Ngabona ujola ngazi ukuthi ujola.
Jolo noch again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Emkhulu nje esitatile lapha ekhoneni. Mangithi now inyoka le ngibiza umalume angithatha angifake ekamereni. Bamthatha lo jola bamshaya.
Bamoshaya.
Bamulayile because of they don't know what kijola.
Oh, okay.
Then I learned that ngiloku ngikhulile. Kanti bekuzobulisa ujola because of ubaba ujola. Ubaba uzalwa nguma ugogo umama ujola.
Yeah.
But ubaba wasihambisa wazisa kumkhulu.
Okay.
Wazibiza uSibiku.
Yeah.
Engahlawulwanga.
All right.
Then mina ngapha ngikhulela kabo mama. So makuya ngihlushwa ama feet, now and then. Hey, bra, I've been through a lot with my mom. Angithatha ngihambisa indawo semasontweni. That's how actually I think my grandmother have known it to be somebody wesonto and kakhulu izayoni. Been there.
Yona zone letters.
Yeah. Shuthi nje ngihamba naye angangishiyi. Mina I was young, I did not know what was happening. Only to find out they were trying to deal with this issue yami.
Yes.
I understand ukuthi man lo mntwana every yabo.
Yeah.
Ngisuke 1988 moved to Pretoria. Already lishadwe ngapha by my stepdad ngize ngapha mangifika lana that thing stopped.
Yona ya defeats.
Yeah, to stop her just like that.
All right.
itama besengilazi manje sengikhuluma nalo and all that.
Yeah.
But I remember my grandmother she almost thwaso mara wabaleka.
Yeah.
And she used to say to my mom usakhula man, uyabangwa lo mfana, kunombango la. Mthathu mise kubabakhe. You understand? Uyabangwa. So I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
Weird things that will happen at some point in time. Uthola ukuthi mhlambe ngiyadlala ngaphandle, and then uma ngidlala ngaphandle I will either see something, but you can't explain ukuthi yini. Yeah, and I remember my grandmother never wanted me to go to the river. We used to go see intwana sodlala emanzini.
Yeah.
At don't.
Why? Nanzaiti.
I think my grandmother knew. My grandmother was she bekumuntu vele womoya.
Yeah.
But naye njengoba ngikhuluma ukuthi wabaleka ekuthwaseni.
Okay.
Angafuna ukuthwasa. Bamisa khakibo but she never stayed. Ngathi bekabona. You understand ukuthi no man. Kuna something. So she never wanted me close to rivers and stuff like that.
Okay.
Fine. Then masangila yakhula no yakhohlwa yonke lento le. Sikina masonto siyakhonza ngibamzalwane, you understand?
Yeah.
But there is this cry ukuthi izinto manahlangani. You understand?
Yes.
Ahlangani, why zingahlangani? Yabo? And manje I start to realize this sengimdala sengikhulile. Yaspana mawusebenza futhi uthola ukuthi man lapha emsebenzini you do your best but you always come average. You give it your best but you always come average, and it's like, hey man, what is happening? And then and as a matter of fact, uthola ukuthi even the management they trust you so much, but you are not the best performing person.
Yeah.
But Mautiapega, your results are always mediocre. You never really get to reach there. Then things got tough, got married. It was difficult. Then at some point in time,
yeah,
my mentor, O.J. Ngwale, I was still in Congress. He preached a message about the generational blessing. For me, that was the awakening.
Yeah, okay.
Before India was this team, and it preached about the generational blessing and showing it from the biblical point of view, how Abraham had blessed Isaac, and then from there, how Jacob had blessed his 12 children before he died.
Yeah.
That the generational blessing, it's held by the fathers. Until your father blesses you, nothing will happen. And what will unlock your blessings is when your father blesses you. But coming from a Christian's point of view, it was just a matter of your father must lay hands on you.
Yeah.
So you need a generational blessing. But in the actual fact, what he was talking about in terms of a generational blessing,
okay,
where you get to know ukuthi ubani. Bekakhuluma ngokuthi wenzelwe imbeleko yasekhaya.
Yeah.
You understand? Ingubo yakabo baba.
Okay.
That's what he was talking about ngokwesintu. But he was talking bekayibeka ngokwesizalwane ukuthi no, to lay hands. Then I said no, I want this. This is talking to
the laying hands.
Yeah, the issue of the generational blessing. Then I went to my mom, we spoke about it, then we said, okay, fine, we're going to go and look for my father.
Yeah.
My grandmother, when we were about to leave, would give me, you know what, my son, whatever it is that your father will say you must do when you arrive there, do it.
Okay.
Now, I was like, hey, what is it that she's trying to say? She knows that I'm born again. At the end of the day, because of that's a covenant, and there's a covenant with the devil and blah, 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 blah. You know?
Yeah.
All the fucking junk that they tell you, these people.
Yeah.
So then, fine, we go to the Eastern Cape. To my amazement, we did not even know what time was taller, whether I'll sapila or not. I think that was 2005.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's a figure la pana. Nah, the time la pana starting. Koge just a camouflage. Bambindu ulifake la ngaphansi.
Okay.
Busy la kuruma, very talkative guy, very confident.
Was it the first time you see?
No, I'm gonna tell.
All right. Your real father, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey man, I'm born up. It's very much talkative. Hey, hey, time, young bag. Not even excited. At go and I done by a pencil,
Even.
So
just
calm,
like that.
So guess what? You know, my dad. I didn't stay. I think my brothers were very much fortunate to have grown with my dad.
Yeah.
I miss that part of him, but I got to realize something, that my dad, bruh, was just my hero, even though he was at a distance.
Yeah.
I loved how he handled issues and how he handled himself. So, fine, yafika. Uthi hayi ngithi kanti you are not even excited to see me. No. Abantwana bala bayabuya. Igazi lala le strong. I knew ukuthi uzobuya. Yonke niyobuya.
Ne.
And I was like, hey, but time into hlangene, started talking to me. No, relax. Kuzoba right. So ngithi no, but kufuneka ngenzele something, kufuneka I need a generational blessing. Uthi kumina kufuneka uchitheke igazi. Ngithi hayi mina I don't believe in that. Athi no, kufuneka uchitheke igazi ukuthi uzothatha isibongo.
Yeah.
Ngithi no, but kanjani mina athi ngathi mina ngifuna imithandazo.
Yeah.
Then my dad said to me, okay, fine. I'll give you what you want.
Yeah, I'll rebel.
Yeah, but atuzobuya. Then he prayed for me, and I slept over. No, I didn't sleep. After he prayed for me, there was an arrangement ukuthi ngithathwe ngise emakhaya.
Okay.
Emngcotsho.
Yeah.
Emabaleni.
Yeah.
Before we go there, I was told ukuthi ngithenga amabhodlela ayi-2, the-Old Park and the Commando.
Okay, Ebabil, why specifically that? I want to ask both of you.
Specifically,
yeah, the whiskey, the brandy, and all those things. Why that? Okay. Yeah.
So buya lapho. Then I went nalo khehla emakhaya.
Yeah.
Thekelela amabhodlela. Mangifika lapha manje kuna ama bras nje. Very slender owns. They look deteriorated. And I'm like, I come there with the mentality of Christianity. I mean, born again, tongue talking,
Well, no, man.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, these guys, will they really deliver me? Will they really deliver me from the hand of the Philistines? Not these ones,
Yeah.
undermining them. One bottle was taken to the crawl, and it was a sin to man. You love them guys.
Yeah.
Makiwa lapha na mama ziyi-2 sigqokile. But they had I got to notice because I'm very much detailed. They took off the head. Lo muntu uyashwabhanisa kanje. Ukuhlonipha okukhulu. And when they approach the crawl, as they stand right next to the door, right by the door, noma bakhulume yabona ukuthi ngathi bakhuluma nabantu abababhekile.
Yeah.
Bakhuluma namakhehla nama-time abo kushuthi kuna le anhlonipho wena ubona next mina ngithi manje ngiphumela lokushini futhi gqoka irose mood lapha nje ukuthi ngishayile ngisemakhaya and nginenkinga zami yabo
Yeah.
khuluma lapha nje yakhulunywa bikwa lamakade babuyele emuva bese kuthatha ibhodlela lapha liyavulwa bathi nayi lento esiza ngayo kwathi babiza isithakazelo yabona then bese bathi bayabanikeza. Then the other one we took it by Puza. That was the end of it. My brother must tell you that when I came back from that trip, mina ngabona bari pono ya Munsari.
Yeah.
Yeah, ngabona umhlolo kaShaka.
Wabona.
When I came back, I didn't have a job. I got a job at Metropolitan. I had applied for a car, I think, Polo Playa, and I was on ITC.
Okay.
MFC approved me while I was on ITC.
All right.
When I got into Metropolitan, started working, I became one of the top reps. I think I was the 3rd top rep in Gauteng. Writing business, in Sakfiga insurance, Pala, and earning money. From there, insurance industry with its own challenges. Then I shifted to Old Mutual. Got another job immediately. I had my own PA and all that. I made it for the Millionaires Club. Writing as well. Mangsua got another offer at Audi, Wonderboom, then I out. Then I was working Old Mutual and Audi. And Old Mutual bagning is laptop on it.
Yeah.
So what I'll do, ben pull Old Mutual you phone my client.
Yeah.
Hambang motor say Audi. And then Audi macho your demi motor for the client, and you phone my client the Old Mutual. So I was trying to balance the two, forget business up.
Yeah.
I thought that I was smart. Bam.
Yeah.
Old Mutual, but I realized no, this guy is working 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Then they got to realize what you know say out. Then from there they came for me. They took the laptop, I lost the job, blah blah blah, I out.
Yeah.
Then after a while, I had seen the system of how things work. Then I decided to open up my own business.
Okay.
Start up my own business, doing vehicle finance, blah 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 blah. Now things were opening up for me at that time. Life had changed a little bit because of I was coming from a kaya. And because of I was a Christian, and I remember that time of being second with Pastor Chris, Pumile Kongaras, I didn't have the eye to see that actually the blessing came from home, by me going home.
Yeah. So
I thought that I was just in the right church and things were just working out for me. I had cars, M5, this and this and this and this and this. Azovelelwa inkinga. After ivelela inkinga izinto zahamba. Then ngihlangana lenye out kule ndawo ngangiyo. Ithi no, wena kahle kahle kunombango. Ngithi umbango wani?
Ka wena kana.
Yeah, ngithi umbango wani? Athi kunekhehle lokubangayo. Lithi wena olibunga. Ngithi ubani lo muntu? Athi angizokhomba. So what it did was every day mina and I will wake up around about 12. Sparkly athi busy isithakazelo. Isithakazelo sasekhaya mina bengakasazi. So changisa bengibiza amagama amakhehle engwaziyo nesithakazelo kancane nje. Sparkly. The second day doing this thing. Mangithi ngilele yacinezeleleka. You know that thing mari kisikhatelile.
Yeah.
Singithwara serious. And who bel intwere no man. Stop. What is it? Oh, okay. Kube nento ethi no. Stop fighting. Just open up your eyes.
Yeah.
When I opened my eyes, I saw my grandfather. He was wearing a brown safari. Gray like me, even the hair everywhere. And I knew this guy. I'm like, no, man, this is my grandfather.
Yeah.
Then from the then he left. When I woke up, I'm telling this guy, this is what I saw. Athi lo muntu umbonile. Ulo muntu okubangayo. Uthi wena umbungi. Uyokunikeza lezi zinto ozitholayo. You see, from that moment, my mindset changed.
Yeah.
My mindset changed because I got to understand, man, this is for real. And I remember then now I started to say, let me go home. And I was fighting to saying that's why I wrote the book, The Missing Link. Because then now I knew, in the actual fact, and then going back to what my father said,
yeah.
Then I remember my mom, we went to Amazayon.
Bon, what is?
Yeah. And this this guy said to me,
yeah.
Lo mfana funeka athathe isibongo uyabangwa kabo babakhe funeka athathe isibongo athi lesa siphethe siyavala siyavula but esimvulelayo yilesi asho sakabo baba yabona.
Yeah.
Then I'm connecting the dots now, what my father said, what I actually saw that day, and then now what happened after I had been to back home. Then I realized, no man, kahle inkinga yami la, I need to ngihamba ngiyothatha isibongo. Now the issue is masikhuluma indaba zokuthwasa.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people suggesting ukuthi ngingene intwaso. And I refused. Yeah. And I refused. And they say, hey, there's a gift. Hey, and I would say no. Because I knew my challenge.
Yes.
Hayi intwaso. Ngingena kanjani intwaso ngingazazi ukuthi ngubani. Ngingena intwaso ngesithakazelo sikabani, ngiphethwe ubani. I don't know that ngiyongena intwaso kanjani.
Yeah.
Uyabona ukuthi manje this is the part where now the discussion that we're talking about abantu abogobela bangempela or asithi mhlambe inyanga zangempela oze fake.
Yes.
Ngoba into ezokwenzeka mawuzongena intwaso ungazazi ukuthi ubani. Uzonikezwa noma yini lapha yana ugcine usebenza ngamafufunyana.
Exactly, yeah.
ungasasebenzi ngalabantu ufuna ukuthi usebenze ngabo bakini ngoba you are still having an issue of identity crisis. Uthwasa ini une identity crisis.
Yeah.
So this is where I feel ukuthi sometimes people go wrong. Umuntu uhlushwa isibongo bese kuthiwa hamba ungena intwaso. Isibongo asilungiswa ngentwaso.
Alright.
Isibongo kunendlela zasekhaya zokuthi usilungise. Ukuthi into zakho ziqale zicace sibone ukuthi kwenzekani ngempilo yakho uya kuphi.
Okay. It's Simon, because you are about to tell us about yours. When I would really go back and then what happened?
I get it. What I'm telling you now, it's a bit of events. And then in a little stage, Nahana mainly reminded me of when I was young.
Yeah.
That's why good is a or give module senses would give true to them.
Yes.
It's because I get out anything.
Okay.
Now Dilotagadi told me when I was very, very, very young. I was not even aware what was happening.
So what was
Through
happening?
my
So
dreams.
yes.
The dreams in zone.
All right.
Yes. So problem being raised by a single parent. Now, arena culture go high in form ya suit. We go to church, Catholic. Mama ka wa bereka ke nese or o ile mmereko during the year montsare nna ka robala ke a tsoa. Nakona ke sentsane ke le the only child.
Yeah.
So through my dreams ne ke makatsa ke dilonyana tse dintse ile reng le nna ne ke sena go di tlhalosa le motswadi yaka.
Yeah.
Ne ke phela ke TBC in my dream. No, I'm running. No, serious. It's not a laughing matter.
Yeah.
And then I would find ke tswa ka mo jarateng ke a shiana. Mo o ka rona le something sa ntshwara ke palla go shiana then ke tswa in a nightmare.
Yes.
The other one was o ka mo hare ha an escalator. Mara escalator ila ke ila ka reng wa bona those tsa go amusement park go China.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Now
you're going at this higher speed.
Yeah.
You feel like you are going to hit Mufats.
Yes.
But by the time every time Olora the same thing.
Watso.
How to Lorobeto Mufats Watso. So remember,
How can you get to relate alone?
Actually, my name is saying this thing.
Yeah.
Go focus into much from what he's saying.
Yeah.
So
I will fetch yeah.
So all these dreams, I wanna motoki buenle na katsona because my uncle my mom na go I'm the only child, so I kept them to myself.
Yes.
But as time goes on, there's a voice, something is telling me that you are not like these other people. And then I go rba na ratsamika o ya skolo ngwa mara hona le ntwe ngwe bontsha in so many things that when I also mara still I make sense because that's why every time there's a mental challenge, the thing it is close to insanity. One, why is this person talking to me? And then when he says I get one of these other children,
yeah,
Christianity
all those, yes.
All this time I'm being watched. I don't know, not watched by physical people, but related to mine. The minute there's something wrong as bongo, your journey is going to be different and difficult more than anyone else.
All right.
So now I told you about a single parent.
Yes.
Now when the everything, it lets everything go away. It shows this one, get the chosen one. There's nothing that you can do. You just have to follow suit on what is supposed to help him.
Yeah.
Now, one thing about myself, so we put sahore la letswa ka mola ba then I want to nkaraba ke iputse ke lwela ke mang. I discuss pila to unpack it. Mara ba mbuditse gore badimo ba nlwela, then boom ke itse badimo ba ka mo bo mme wa ka ke no nagana bona fela, then ba nlwela bjang.
Yeah.
Why ban lwela ile re ke bona ba ile re ke itse ke badimo ba ka mo hae eng not knowing hore this fight era hore these two cabals, these two by mpande. I can put it like that. They are like these are two different mpandes, but when you have the 50 part ya blood ya bona ka how you have 50% blood ya ka montata how. So how tlamole fatsing, like I told you, gore there are certain steps tse lo reng di ba teng. That is why we say on samathomo ntho tsona le mbeleko. O etsetsa mbeleko o etsetsa ke your father's side.
Yeah.
Now, how is it your father's side? It means it's everything, everything yakuhino. It binds again lila ya uktwala.
Okay.
Already how accept and tweak ubutsankayona. It's a maisana happy uktwala.
Hotwala
Haka mo high. Ela ne kubutsakayona.
What if abatwala?
Abatwala. Aona kamukumu. Aona kamukumu. I told you when a house is barwele.
Yeah.
It's fine with you. Marabona barwele.
But
because yona ntho ba tsontse ba ofe yona kwale ke yona e lore e tlo etsang o be a leader, a complete man, stembu sa how wealth ya how, everything e lore e tlotla hape le wena we push it. Because remember when we came at an era there was a closes who were leading this mpande wa heno. Now le wena ba choose o leader me mpande wa how o sna ntwaso ya go heno. So that's why it started ka those accolates tsa o tshwana le o etsetswe dilo tseo. Then that is why motho mo be ha thwasitse ke believe or o thwasa ka nnete or ebile a ka nna a ilore a se thwase because o botsa nnete a se everyone o tshwantseng a thwase. Percentage ya batho ba bantsi ba thwasitse today and a ke ro thwasa ke bolela le ka go nwa madi a dipudi
ke batla mo fe
ke ba specific.
I want to come to that maybe Thabo
you mentioned someone a ka bela HIV positive. It's a condition. Yes. Then ka lebaka la gore physically o bana le the signs tsa o tshwana le mo a tshwantseng a ilo thwasa a sa farisa ke spirit. One the signs o tswa morrinya no mo ka rokheli. O tswa le tlhalonyana le
ka ya monyedisa bana no le moya.
O gre a o dilebile tswile le lerapo lela. And then o no bona ana le the exact same types just like when a patient a tla roto consult that's ke malwetsi ya ma. These people la ka ba bia so ba le two they look the same. Now people ba tseya motho o a tshwereng ke HIV ke a ke re bana re le ro discussa go thwasiwa ka maka.
Ka maka le ka nnete.
O tsene a tsentsiwa ka mo thwasong. O ile nwa madi a dipudi o nwa dilo tse le re di o ba di chemical and but can poisonous to him or her because how tlo nwa bo le bodlo or any other form of medicine re unwang that medicine o raw our filteriwa wa iriwa if una le lot of iron or whatever it might be harmful to you especially at that condition but ba ile reng abalwale ba swere ke moya they ba passa through le bona ka stage sela sa water ibile batho ni ba tsa ba bolele ba re hai wa lwala so HIV but the nice part is how le motho le experience o le gobela ya nnete you know gore ngwano after a fetsa go etsa dilo tsa hae a tlile right ha tswa ka mo mo lebelle within a year 2 year batho ba le nka tsena go thwasong ke le so after 2 years ke le kana lo wena because whatever that was missing is settled in way it's supposed to be.
All right.
Nka nna ka go botsa ba psychology stress se la sa o tsamaile depression e tsamaile ka se spirituality moya o la o no sa nna pila now o grele o ntse pila those that were not happy now ba happy because you gave them what they wanted. I told you hore le tlozile kae inside of you it's your DNA. That's why Iliona you bottom from inside or inyaka ing. In his instance whether ke taba stembu or whatever sticky se wena o bonin subitsa or whatever
asa mpita dide look at the man sa ra story ke serekile asa mpita dide ke serekile be bra
so ke tla botsa something ke tell you something about the state
ke tla malo ena ka mokho wena o believer ga
ke le brine ke rekile a mpita na dide
mine motho ele ke tlo motsa
something ke reka fela because den khata ke rata and then ke reka ke dideng ke sabote ba gogo shit ke sona
so now it's topic ke magere ne nya ka re unpackile hore batho ba ndia confused about this because even sometimes about what was sitting le today so called ingaka na le ndumba feletse but they are still confused they don't know what they are doing because this craft of us ne re sa tshwanna hore are sure about what we are doing e be ho tsana le bopelo mpe
le boloi
ke bona tse di entseng hore this craft arena it's about to so there are only a couple of people but unfortunate to get it right whether ke ba thwasitseng ne de ba nwele madi ya dipudi and then hona le batho ba bang we call them self initiate self thwasa there's a new term by bitsa self thwasa
kai but ke manual
so how was that manual it's about if you have a calling o swantse o thwase but how thwasisi ke motho o wana le gobela you do it yourself but in a manner that you have to have certain guidelines. There are two guidelines.
From who?
from the same ancestors inside you.
Okay.
Ba khona ho thwasisa o robetse, o bone o gita o bina.
Yes.
O bone ba o bontsha o nwa le botlo, o bone ba o bontsha o nwa madi a dipudi, o bone everything e o etsang physically, o bona o etsa spiritual. That's why I told you, I said being a spiritual person, it means you can manipulate any force, alien spirit or anything. And then ka re dilo tse dintsi o ka se ditse pila ba khona ho romela a guide o ile re he's not your gobela, he's just going to confirm when you said ke bone ke apere this cloth and then ke bina, so what does it mean? Motho la ke physically ke gobela o tlwaetse hanya ke tšhelete to come and thwaso. He will just guide you, no, as long as ba bontse lesela le sola animal print e biana le ntwe so this means 1 2 3, then you follow that, but your road is going to be long because it's yanako for certain things to mature.
Okay.
Because certain madlozi, they mature. Abang ba mature le kale. A person a lora madlozi a monsang amabai. Ke motho a lora madlozi a lora a recently mo tlase mo the pyramid ya or most mo leading ya spiritualist.
Okay.
Or ya madlozi. And then hona le batho ba lorang fela, batho ba pere matlalo, which means those died before even a cloth was
invented.
Was invented.
That's why ke nyaka rutlisana gore na le batho ba bang ba lora madlozi a khale. That's why yena is able to tell you ba ha yena ha ba bone ke ba bo the 1800s. O mong yena o bona madlozi bo ma 19 something 17 na go matlalo a tlile. So nna mo di patterneng tsa ka ke khona lora both ba para matlalo le ba ile reng ne ba para masela.
Okay.
And then ntho ya bongaka itswile ka sekhale ile gore these people of ours, they were trying to hide themselves from the Western people. Ha batla di missionaries ba declare gore ho praise matlozi ke boloi. Then ke nyaka rutlisa no where this thing is coming from. Re ska timela. They had to come gore ba etse they want to go into hiding. Where were they going to hide? Because this is their land. So when already they were captured. It happened to gore ba etseng ba tsie batho ba ba tsamaise ka mo hara kereke, especially kereke tsa rona tsa African churches. That is why nna ke botsa motho ke re la ka bana le problem or eng, you must go and attend African churches. So now that's why apostolate they come in, cause ho etsahetse gore ha ba batla gore makgowa ba relax or batho ba sa practice boloi, of which makgowa ba le mo that's our power ba igrile kae. So those type of victories, research to find out or these people something that you cannot see and you cannot touch. So what is it that you can do to break these people? But like that lawyer
what your ancestors give the demons.
Now
it's called the witchcraft
because they
yeah.
were so it was as in these people, they killed our people so but basarende still barapela umvengani abafa idea are go with these people wherever they want to take you, but don't lose us. This is how we're going to do it.
Okay,
go inside the churches, pretend as if you are praying. That's when now we adopt the cross. Cross all of a sudden we are introduced to this cross and then barricade the Lord and the Savior, so that when your ancestors inside the church, vibration the way it bang heightened, and then it's like this group, the type of music, it will charge you to a level that that person inside of you who knew how to use that sound is now presenting him or herself.
Okay. Now,
before you go far, you know, this is very interesting. What mine is saying here is quite deep. And I think we mustn't rush it because of there's a
I-
lot. Yeah, there's a lot of information.
There's a
yeah.
lot to unpack.
There's a lot. There's
No,
a
you
lot
can
to
unpack. I get a very like we had
So
to
what I
unpack.
wanted to bring up was
Yeah.
that when he's talking about dreams that he will have when he was young,
Yes.
I remember that I used to dream a lot of dogs biting, or not necessarily biting, but barking me, barking at me, a lot of dogs. And I will go to Ukoko, my grandmother, and I'm like, hey man, puppies just in Kongota and all these things. And my grandmother will say, abagini,
Yeah, man.
abagini, ngama weno.
All right.
Ne?
Yeah.
Now, this shows ukuthi ngama wenu, it was at the time of Lombango.
Okay.
Because of late, when I will dream, after ngiqeda ukwenza umsebenzi wokuthatha isibongo, of late when I will dream of dogs, I will either dream a dog walking with me, or standing next to me, or happy
Yeah.
for me, but not barking at me.
Okay.
When I was growing up, when I was still under that condition, yokubangwa, I will dream of izinja zinkhongota. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes these things they are there, but we fail to put together the dots. So now I'm able to connect to say, no man, that's why bezinkhongota lezinja. Abantu bakulobaba bebengibanga vele. Bengifuna on the other side. But manje ngiyaziphupha izinja, but they're at peace. And sometimes what will happen, kuvela mhlambe inja emhlophe. Makuvela inja emhlophe, ingijabulele noma ihlezi nami, I know that day.
Yeah.
Ukuthi whatever it is that I'm doing,
Yeah.
it becomes a success.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the dreams are very much important. Abantu abadala bakhuluma. Remember what the book is saying, what the Bible is saying. Even in the Old Testament, our Abraham and all these people that you read about in the Bible, what was the common thing that they had in common whereby it was a source of communication? It will be dreams.
Yeah.
It will be dreams. Jacob will dream. Abraham dreamed of something. Isaac dreamed of something. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, this whole dreaming, it is a way of communication with the other realm.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that is why for ngokwesintu, when you take cognizance of the dreams and you observe indaba zamaphupho, you are able to get guidance.
Yeah.
But there are things that we eat today
Yes.
that can even make your dreams not to be clear, or you quickly forget, or they become like gray. You talk to uyaboniswa, but ubona ubumnyama kuphela. That has got to do with the diet.
Okay.
It has got to do with what you put in. So it's a very, very interesting path, because when you start to understand these things, then you start to realize ukuthi kahle kahle omunye nomunye umuntu uyabona. Ayikho this thing ukuthi umuntu athi nabadima ke nabona, or akiboni, or akilori, or whatever it is. In the actual fact, sisonke as abantu abamnyama,
Yeah.
we do have that. I wanted to come to kule ndaba yakho yenduku.
We'll come to that. Relax, Amfanaka.
Awusikhethanga ngokwakho. Kunomuntu, you see, uma say something athi nomuntu ongaphakathi kwakho.
Yeah.
When I came, I remember I once went to St. John to his church.
Yes.
Listen to this. This guy does not even know me.
Yeah.
I went there, and I'm like, hey man, I need, and that time,
Imukai kaya kaya pili. Imukai.
Kama wunde man.
Omo pili.
yeah.
Let me get low.
Now listen to this.
Give it a lyric.
Listen
Yeah.
to this. So I decided one day, good no man, I said, I just want to go to church. You're good into maybe I've been going to Inyanga and
Yeah.
all that, I've been using these things. Then I decided to say, okay, let me just go to, where is this church? So young jail. Then I went. When I went for the first time,
Yeah.
this guy akangazi ngiphethe induku isemotweni already in the pipe.
Okay.
And I'll tell you how I got this thing already in the pipe.
So pipe yako watlantalo kisil.
Utlal.
Uyizo nta ka story pila pila.
It's a curry.
Oh, wow.
Wait.
I like collecting antiques, my bro.
Wait.
What would you?
So I'm going to listen to this pattern, but these things isemotweni. And then angispethanga kimi esontweni. kuzisikhathi sokuhlola. Then I went. This guy uthi kimi wena inkinga yakho
Yeah.
uyabanga. Wait. Uthi uyabangwa. Uphethwe ugogo, lo gogo bekathandaza. You see, now listen to this.
Yeah.
Lo gogo bekathandaza. Ugogo wamanzi.
Yeah.
Ugqoke
Wamanzi.
wamanzi, yeah.
Wamanzi, yes.
Ugqoke indwangu eyellow.
Okay.
Remember what I said about my grandmother? Ukuthi besikene Zion. Bekangihambisa amasonto wonke because of beka. Now, I knew right there ukuthi ukhuluma ngaye.
Yeah.
Akangazi this person.
Yes.
Then athi, but then manje uphethwe ikhehla.
Fora wena.
Yeah, esadini la kabo babakho.
Okay.
Le khehla bekuyikhehla lenyanga belinesikhwama.
Yeah.
Yangithola?
Yeah.
And le khehla belihamba ngenduku. Already senginenduku dimana kazi. Athi and le khehla uma ufuna ukukhuluma nalo kufuneka wenzeni, you must buy a pipe.
Yeah.
Ukwazi ukuthi uconnecte nalo. Already saying the pipe and
Yeah.
he does not know.
Yeah. Coincidence.
Hey, man, listen.
Coincidence,
You see,
my bra.
you see, that's where colonization leads into ignorance. Comes in.
Coincidence. So it's
No, that is colonization that leads into ignorance, and
Yeah.
that's what happened with black people. That's
Yeah.
what they do. Let me finish up. I want to tell you something.
yeah.
Now, this thing is similar to it.
Uh-huh.
Now, let me tell you how I got Indugu and
Yes.
how I got
Can do
pipe.
it Hobana skill?
Pipe, yeah.
Something like this.
Let me tell you how I got that. This guy says I must get these things for like it.
Okay.
And at began Squam.
Yeah.
And I've noticed for out of the blue, I've just decided to stay away from church. Like seriously so.
Yeah.
Don't want anything that connects me with church.
After being tongue talking and stuff.
After being tongue talking. now, kadi ile ketla alvugile. Shuti vele alifu nison.
Yeah.
Because this guy was saying ukuthi labantu abayithula bayalwa. So funeka sibahlanganise ukuthi basebenzisane. Mara wena kahle lo phethe yile likhehla.
Yeah.
Now, how I got indaba ye pipe. One day I was driving and kuza this edge in me to say go and get a cigar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no man, go and get a cigar. Then I drove and I moved from the fast lane now off Rembrandt John Foster and I was going to Centurion Mall and I went to buy a cigar. And every time when I will smoke a cigar and I will be so calm.
Yeah.
But then the funny thing what happened is that as I was doing that, like I will see, it's like you can see this picture of a person ugqoke tops emnyama, shirt emhlophe,
Yeah.
ugqoke ibhruku elimnyama, ubheke the other side.
Yes.
As I do that. Then 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Ngiyahamba ngiyobona enye omunye ubaba is basically from back home.
Yeah.
Ujola, uyinyanga. Mangifika endumeni yakhe uthi hayi, ngiyabona these days uyabhema.
Ora wena.
Yeah, uthi but lo muntu okubhemisayo ugqoke idops emnyama, ugqoke ihembe limhlophe nebhruku elimnyama nebhanji athi ikhehla athi uye lo kubhemisayo.
Yeah.
Yabo uthi wenzekani?
Yeah.
Now, I ended up getting a pipe and this guy is telling me to get a pipe so that I can connect to my grandfather, but my grandfather started me with a cigar.
Yeah.
So these things when they happen, it's like you get. Well, I had an edge to do that. Leandugu, how I got it, somebody just told me like go and get indugu,
Yeah.
and I was like feeling so much so that I need to get lendugule, and it's such a it's of necessity that I must get it. I went to Marabastati, I bought leandugu, mangfika, ngayiphahlela, and that was it. Kanti indugu kamkhulu. Now I'm saying to you, Tina, we will say, no, I just felt like I must do it.
Yeah.
It just came good no man. You feel like ngifuna ukwenza kanje.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yet you do not know what already they are talking to you.
Barring. Reka thobane khona. Come on.
Exactly. Exactly.
What I wanted to say.
Yeah.
I think maybe let's qualify a couple of things.
Yeah.
And then we need to clear this one.
But on profit. Aris mulemo. Wa bona khwetala.
No.
Do you have do you have feelings?
Part-time dream interpreter, but I don't do that often.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So how's that playing? Do you feel
Yeah.
waves and vibrations?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you feel out
Better.
there?
No, not safe space.
Yeah. Out there?
Yeah, safe space.
Yeah.
We are more or less on the same level. Our moto the hidden agenda.
I say no.
Oh.
But at times, like for example, I know Hore, crowd
Yes.
ke tshwantse ke avoid
Why?
because immediately hen ka nna mo crowdong,
Yes.
then after ke tswile mo crowding dilo tsa ka di na le kopakopane.
Okay.
There was a point where I had a dream before I went to a crowd.
Yes.
And the dream specifically was me from a bird's eye view.
Yes.
But there was a whole lot of chaos.
Yeah.
I still went to the crowd.
Okay.
And I experienced chaos.
Yeah.
So you get it's like you get told and you're like, but is it me or is it not me?
Yeah.
You know but
Okay.
What
King, someone.
what relate? What I wanted to say is
More than Chevilo Hotchwan.
the mistake that we are doing
Yes.
is that we forget in the physical we are limited.
Yeah.
You can see as far as your eyes can see. You can hear as loud as,
Yeah.
In the spirit, those rules don't apply.
Yeah.
And because they don't apply, anything goes, literally. So we tend to think because Rona we are limited, on the other side, it works the same. No, it doesn't. Yeah. So that's the first thing we need to understand.
Yeah.
Secondly, a calling
Yes.
is specifically that. It is yours, nobody else's.
Exactly.
You do not expect the second person to understand it. Do not expect the second person to accept it on your behalf.
Okay.
It is your calling. That's why it's called a calling.
Yeah.
God is calling you.
Yes.
Through whatever
Means necessary. Yes.
Yeah. So that's the second thing that we have to understand. Thirdly, Rona re na le moetlo. And in the Bible, there's a verse or a chapter where Jesus says, "Aka tlela ho tlo change moetlo, ke tletse ho tlo eda." So in other words, we are still liable to go through moetlo wa rona.
Yeah.
So like a rite of passage. Let me give you an example. He ngwana he o nyetse o feditse o ntshitse magadi o nyetse, right, wa nna le ngwana.
Yeah.
Ngwana o kwa hao le spiritually will fall under your surname.
Yes.
Right? Let me put another scenario, simple one. You are not married. Your wife falls pregnant, or your girlfriend at the time falls pregnant. The kid does not take your surname.
Okay.
The kid takes
Like the lady said, yeah.
because you have not. I also petty the rite of passage so that ngwana o agree surname.
So tabadi ya ke ya mahadi ya ngwana, that's the rite of passage. Le damage.
Yona process.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's the right. So everything has a rite of passage.
Yeah.
So we need to understand that. So coming to issue di Gobelas, fake Gobelas, etc.
Yeah.
Remember, nka so bolelle hore o tshwantse o reke le baile feng. O tshwantse o etse eng. Because as much as ke le Gobela, I am not supposed to tell you. I can guide you.
Yes.
Badimo ba ko heno.
Tshantse no bontshang.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the simple reason ya hore badimo ba ko heso aba bereke ho tshwana le badimo ba ko heno.
Yeah.
So the mistake that we are doing, it's like how le ko phehlong ne, and then utlwe ke Gobela for example, and wena wa thwasa, and then ebe ke like re ai wena ngizokunikeza igama elithi Pibwezi omkhulu, for example. No, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Lebitso leo le tshwantse o le lore wena or wena o lo utlwe or whatever means
Yes.
because ke la hao aka tshwanela ho fa lona.
Yeah.
Because we need to understand hore sidimo ke sona le ha o thwasa o ile go Gobeleng.
Yeah.
Sidimo ke sona se o controller. That's why sidimo se tla o isa go Gobeleng o tshwantseng hore o thwase go yena.
Yeah.
I want to decide fela.
Yeah.
You understand?
Ke a go tlhaloganya.
Yeah. So there's
Doesn't that Gobela Lennon know? Gore bona, cause you went like outside.
In actual fact, it's supposed to happen that way.
Yeah.
That's why khale o no kry hore o ka tsamaya he o lo thwasa o fihle ko ntlung e le reng le wena o itse.
Yeah.
Motho wa teng ha o fitlha a ba re khosi
Khale go
khale
emetse.
go go emetse.
Exactly. What I live your okay doing.
Why understand?
Can I say something on what he's saying?
All right.
Now, from what he's saying, how do you then know ukuthi uthole le guidance kahle if uphethwe abantu bakulo baba mara ukabo mama and you have not used the rite of passage? Yabona ukuthi uzoba nenkinga.
Yeah.
Because you're going to miss the communication.
Yeah.
And that is why my argument has been to people who've been saying to me ukuthi ngihamba ngiyothwasa ukuthi yothwasa ini kanjani while I do not know myself.
All right.
Ngoba I needed to align myself to know ukuthi naba abantu laba sengenile manje.
Yes.
Then if le gift ibuya la,
Yeah.
then they are able to guide me.
Okay.
But they cannot be able to properly guide me here ngile kabo mama and then ngisabiza ngesibongo nesithakazelo sakabo mama. Then ngizolahleka lapho.
Yeah.
Again, we something that I also need to clarify. Honal dingaka, honal ba prophet. To simplify.
So it can't be the two of you. You can't be two in one.
I was coming to that.
Okay.
Honal batho ba jual.
All right.
Where u fitla ko yena are cause wena batho ba ko heno ke batho ba skereke.
So buy that person.
Bye.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
No, mara ke tla re ke yone ke biased. Ke BI.
yeah.
Mara buying is
Ke twin plug. Come on, come.
And
Double
about
plug.
Yeah.
and about
But that's a proper one.
One for that.
That's a good
Exactly.
one.
Yeah.
and it depends on what you like. Motho o tla tap into you and it's like, I when o motho wa sekereke o tsamaya le for example la re no ke motho wa sekereke so tshwantse re bereke ya.
Yes,
Yabo?
yes.
So hona le batho ba yalo. And from personal experience, le nna the very same thing ene etsa. Ke lwelwa ke badimo.
Yes.
Right.
Bagay. Go ha papa how.
Between papa le mama.
All right.
Papa le mama.
Balwa.
Bamba bayang bang.
Bang, yeah.
By the mabango.
Ba etsa mbang, yeah.
Yes.
So eventually, hence there was a time when to the river, ke tsamaya go rapela ko nokeng. Then I met a group of dingaka le ba prophet.
Yeah.
And ba tlile ba tlo etsa dilo tsa bona. Ba tsamaya together, right? And then hence ke etsa dilo tsa ka, then also wa ngaka a tla ko nna street ba mpotsa re no wena motho tshwantseng ke kopane le wena today.
Yeah.
A tlhalosa ke na ke ntoro da ka dumela
A tla toro ya gago.
a tlhalosa gore today
Yeah.
ke tshwantse ke kopane le wena mo.
Okay.
That's the reason why nna le wena re le mo.
Re tla ka
at the
neng mo,
same time.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A nkenya mo metsing ha fetsa nkenya mo metsing ka dula hwana le abuto mong wa mo prophet a tla bona a tlhalosa same old thing ntse ke utla from khale. This mbango blah 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 staple blah blah blah. At the end of the day he said again are emela ditoro a ba tshega a ba re but o tlo feletsa o di etsa di le pedi.
Yena prophet o.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop. The last time ke ya consultation ne le ko kerekeng.
Yeah.
They said exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Hore o tlo di etsa di le pedi.
Okay.
Eventually. Yeah.
In
Both bongaka.
bongaka le prophet. So come prophet mfana ka no yana ari.
Ai.
Why? O nyaka bukae? Ke le bukae? Tu bo pomola nded.
Ntse of la yona hona ya no.
Yeah.
Dilo a di etse ka phoso. O bona dilo tse.
Exactly.
Bua mfana ka thoma ko ntle. Ke hura mna na just bought these things because I was in a trip me bro.
What then?
I just explained to you how it happens.
Yeah.
In the actual fact, you think that when
Yes.
it's you, especially if something can be very. You see, the voice within you, you can actually hear it when it speaks.
Yes.
When the thing becomes hard and becomes much more strict to say, do this.
Yeah.
And you feel that, you know what, I can't pass here without doing that.
Yeah.
Or I can't just, ignore this person, whatever it is. I normally say this thing, Nangandabe's team. This team, but this team, like we're born, and he wants that person access you don't even try to interfere or fight or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Step aside because Lapo,
There's a force
behind. Now, this is how these things work. It's just that people, they are so busy that they don't give themselves time to listen. And that's why, like Minor will talk about issues of meditation, because that will help you to be able to listen to your senses. Ngoba, they're not far from us. They are just within us. Yeah. But the issue is this, do you know how to listen to them? You understand what I'm saying? Do you take the time to listen and get the proper guidance? Yeah, but there's a lot of things, man, that have happened. And I will know what I know. I was right. Do you understand? Sometimes even a painful situation such as like separation of couples.
Yeah.
I remember another friend of mine came to me at so he came to visit me one day and he says lapana shayi lokuzana lapana shayi ilentos lapana besphethe konje lapha besphethe kumnyugologo lapho ushibhile nyana lokuzana ibrand lapha sayishana la out uthi Nick, tell me something. There was once that you were in my house and I was with my wife, together with your wives, and you said something to me. You said, mina nonkosikazi wami siyo divorce.
Yeah.
How did you know that?
You just said it.
Yeah. And how did you know that? And there's a saying that, Bana, 3 years but divorced
Okay.
already.
Or you said it already after.
I said it before.
Okay. And then,
And
they
then I
divorced.
didn't see him for 3 years, and then they got divorced.
Mm.
No, Ndwana, you know what happened? As I was sitting with you, there was just a strong voice that was saying to me, Mchelo, this was going to happen. It was not anything specific that I saw.
Was that voice saying warn them not to divorce?
No, the voice was saying,
Or tell them it's going to happen anyway?
It's going to happen. There was a strong voice that was saying that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I just responded, Mina, to the voice by saying what I was told. So you understand? And there was no any other bad intention or whatever the case. I know because of what you said, it has happened. It has been 3 years now, we've divorced. You understand? So no, personally, he's the type of a guy that actually is just like us. So in the actual fact, he is not blaming me, but from there he knew that already Abakib or whoever was talking to me.
Yes.
Now the point that I'm trying to make is that we all do get messages. Somebody does talk to us. Even nalaba bahamba umuntu ayongena thwaso and uthola ukuthi bayangafana ukuthi ayingene.
Yeah.
Or you do you understand? Everybody's been guided. You choose to either obey or disobey.
Yeah.
You choose to listen or not to listen.
Yes.
So this is why my point is that at the end of the day, nobody can sit anywhere and blame anyone for anything. Sometimes we compromise the voice because we are trying to keep a good relationship.
Yeah.
Either with your wife or with your friend or whatever the case might be.
Yes.
But there's a time in life where you decide to say, you know what, whether this person understands why I do the things that I do, I don't give a fuck. Oxala, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do because that's the right thing for me to do. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, sometimes we make compromises because it's accommodative.
Okay.
Accommodative. But never say you were not told.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at it this way.
Yes.
If motsadi ya gago motsadi ya gago tells you one thing over and over and over, what happens? He starts getting irritated.
Yeah.
Yes. And over and over and over, what happens? You're not listening, you're not giving attention.
Yes.
Then auto yetsa horo. Exactly.
So
because at a certain point in time you need to respond to the calling. Remember, it's a calling.
Yes. Yes.
You need to respond to the calling. I'll give you an example. My first bailak, negenal problem. You know, people say, yeah, hey, pay by. And it wasn't for me. Until somebody explained to me, no, start listening to your intuition. Yeah. Take note of what happens around you.
Yeah.
Okay. There I go walking in the mall,
Yeah.
Then something catches my attention and I take note. Okay, I'm looking at this thing. Something says, yeah, this thing. I chose not to listen. I took note but did nothing about it again. 2 weeks later, same lepai. The feeling got so bad that there was a point where I'd rather get walk
The other side direction. Also,
but I chose not to listen. To a point where I would have shivers down my spine.
Yes.
Yes. And then some lady go hi, prophet. It's like, why not buy this thing and just keep it in the house? And then I went and bought 2 of them. Immediately, the next time the feeling went away. So we choose not to listen. Exactly what we make a conscious decision and say no because and you know you can. Then you decide not to listen, and then you continue until such time where they say, all right, it's either and sometimes it's the opposite. I get
yeah.
You are all happy. But let's oh, okay. These people are not listening.
Yeah.
For you, and it's not really punishment to you. It's for you to take note and be cognizant of the fact that it's a gift. Cherish it. Really feel bana. Rala blessa. Rala fadintu. But you guys treat it as if
something small.
Something small. Something non-existent. Yeah. And that's how bad it can be.
Yeah.
we just have to take note, and then you decide, make a conscious decision whether you listen or you don't listen. But both lanes deny the consequences.
All right. Now let's go about the pudi. Yeah, nomad. What's happening? Why do you guys do that? I don't need. Why people should drink? Like,
Okay.
a life goat is standing there, and why should you do that?
Okay. Kosi, I can go with the gare. Repalez ku hisu kerna boma. So being
And why pudi? Why not nkume, bra?
pudi.
Yeah, why pudi lo ne?
That's on a function. We're not one fella pudi.
I've never seen pudi nkuja ko selo. Ah, wa shiki bon.
Outside
Ah, eh, shiki bon. Oh yeah, u wena kya hula mfana.
So wa bona go la ne ke trail ho tla ka yona from kereke re tle ka yona until o tlusa bondage ya gore go tla bjang go be le these people now ba practicing bongaka. So anyway, a re tsamaye ka yona ka mokho you said some things ne ke re go toucha mo tsona ibile ke lebetse, but a re no itse ya mo bolelang gore go tla bjang madi ya dipudi.
And pudi te imika moto ke? Ye mo askela ya shwa. We mototo we loma ainwe ye meka that. Right? I've seen that. Okay.
Kosi ho thwasa ha ho tshwane.
Okay.
Hona le ho thwasa ha ho thwasetsa se kereke.
And how
I don't know, so I don't know, maybe batho ba ska ba confuse. Ntwe ngwe le mo lefatsheng e important.
Yes.
There's an initiation ka mo yona.
Fine. Then put it in my dad put it in a game kereke.
Kereke nya go tla mo.
Okay.
Agere he go botsa hore na go la kereke tsene biang, that connection ya kereke le sengaka. So now batho ba thwasisiwa wrong because ba thwasisitswe dilo tse wrong.
All right.
There is bokereke. O ka bo thwasetsa, o ka se bo thwasetse. It's possible.
Bokereke boba.
Bokereke ba
apostol and all those things.
Sa ke re go botse ka re tsa di lokisitswe from ko morao.
Yes.
The struggle ya how ibile o kre sna dilo tse biao.
Yeah.
The second one, we can look at the types of bongaka. Or re bobitse bolwetsi bo bo tshwarang someone before ka ilo thwasa. We have to be specific about it, because if I'm not specific, then it means still re condona gobela thwasang batho the wrong way. I'll explain to you.
Yeah.
But ba bangata ba nna kopane le bone bile around here ba tla o botsa ka senguni le sendao, or ba tla o no botsa ka mondao. Once motho a thoma a dilo tsa di sa tsamaya pele ba re ke mondao.
I want to understand that again, Lon, because
yeah. So you have to understand mondao ki eng. What is this spirit? And then it lebia mo bathong. And then hona le hore you are sick spiritually, but asoro tshwantse o ile thwasa.
Okay.
Ke tla mo yona. Hona le bongaka bo bitsang bondiki, ba bitsang mandiki.
Okay.
Yes. Hona le nzunza.
Why are they all in Zulu? Why are they all in Zulu?
We come from a kingdom ya Singuni.
And then most Singuni no Batswana. No sna Mapedi, no sna Basotho.
Lena ne le ba banyane, and then the grandfather tsa lona ke Makhoisane. Also already language ya lona ne sokopane. Mara that's why ke botsa batho ke re most of us we come from the great kingdom, which it was Nguni.
Yeah, and it was a guy. What was the language?
Singuni akere ke yona language e re bolela.
Remember
Sintu Buntu.
Yeah.
Like ya Gambia, waya Zambia, waya Zimbabwe, waya Mozambique. You will find those people because I get we come from them through traveling yabona trade.
Yes.
Lantse ba kopana le ma Arab le also, but luluna as Africans near trade. So now we go one example or what these people, they come from Congo. Tanzania, region just before this one, before my ancestors came here. The manokara kuntlungwa oratana le my great grandmother.
Yeah.
Ebelo ho rantsa rekisa. Maybe what's unaware or unaware or wenzengwana.
Okay.
Se salang ko belehiwa.
Yes.
Maybe hasne atsamaya. Ke sala se salang ke mondao because ke belehilwe ke motho a tlang ko bandao.
Yeah.
Then ka hola under yona that society eo.
Yes.
Until ke ra itlotla monna the descendant ya madi ale. Now here I am. The calling comes.
Yeah.
Ho fitile generation. O hopole hore di hore ska thwasa ka o tshwana. Hona le sometimes le dlozi le tla ka di decades. Go after a decade e kana. apa group le rentse rebeleo
Yeah.
o khona go ema ska ira la selo but asura o ira le selo the spirit ile sentsane e gola e nyako ba ready e wele ko kae ko this person maybe unfortunately o ya ko ola no bolela ka ena o go grade 12 or
Yeah.
go grade 10
Yeah.
ke re ke nyako botsa re tshwantse se evolve se be le growth because let's go fitla mo wena still manifestation e like growth.
Yeah.
Anyway a re tswe mo yona e re tla ka mkhwe lo reng ne ke tlhalosa bontiki ntwela le nzuza ke le bala hona le engwe ba re ke ba re ke eng kana
Ke baba.
ba re ke tlo e hopola so but I'm saying when o le motho wa nnete wa semoya ha motho a tla a re o tshwenyehile o tswantse o ye through process ya go reng o find out first gore this person o tshwere ke mondau or o tshwere ke mondau kopane le monguni sometimes le lelopo for instance o kry motho ana le malopo so o kry ile gore this person o hlopha ke lelopo ha hlophe ke mondau ha hlophe ke ntsutsa ha hlophe ke eng but wena ka lebaka la gore o nyaka tšhelete o moitsa senguni le sendau
Yeah.
because now o nyaka paka di case tsa di biri di namelle ko di mo di ceiling
Yes.
o nyaka entertainer your other friends tsa di gobela gore wena o na le tšhelete e ntši but as tšhelete how ke tšhelete tswang from that family e le reng kana ko hopole when you doing lots of spirituality already ummathateng.
Yeah.
Most of people ba leng bana le calling it comes in ke opportunistic condition le yona e tla ka go rena go batho ba tshwarang ke this calling ke kana go le reng o kry lo re everything ya iputla mana tšhelete ana le ntlo ena affordability mara the same people you squeeze them more wena o nyaka bjala ba 150,000 because ona le gobela tse di tswang from somewhere o nyaka ba impress ka bothata ba ngwana batho so if motho a o etsetsa dilo pila they will have to find out gore o tshwenya ke mo these 4 conditions.
Yeah.
Some of them they don't necessarily mean o tshwantse o be ngaka o be le ditaola o guide.
Ela goreng.
You can just go we lo cleanser for the family because matlozi a ko enwa pakelane these 4 generations or 3 ba ba hanetse ba tswa ba rena ka mosenga ka re sitse just like wena o hana.
Yes.
Then kana go wena bana ba hao ba tlobe ba fihlile go pele matlozi ela go ba ritlile wena bontata o nentse ba kolota there needs to be cleansing.
Okay.
Wa kera le bana ba a fetsa o cleanser bjao a need ura bengaka sa e fela maybe ke ditoro lo khona bona dilo tse ding a need ura a tsolle ditaola a need ura a guide mara una le gift because you have a gift ya matlozi ka mo hae.
Yeah.
So now a re lebele percentage ya batho ba thwasitseng bona ba bantshi bjang ba thwasitswe ba sa tshwanela and mo bathong ba botle ba thwasang ba.
Yes.
That is why hona le ba bang ba nwa madi a pudi
Goreng. I want to come to that. Why want to pudi
batho ba thwasang sendau wa utlwa lentswe le le reng
Sendau ke eng?
Sendau ke tribe, it's a tribe ya mandau ke bandau ke lebitso just like wena o reng o mofuruti or o mofokeng
Yeah, no, na ke Motswana. Ke motlaping ke mokwena.
ya
Mama ke motlaping. Papa ke mokwena.
mokwena
Yes.
ya beanong ka sendau ngwana ba ndau ha bandau ba tlile ba nyaka o bereke those are very powerful spirits and ha o le ngwana mandau o ka se tswafe bjana ka most people ba ke ba itseng.
Then how does that jump from bondao bo ye go Setswaneng? Like ngwana Motswana kiyo ke Motswana tswana mahike Motswana pure Motswana. Jigijige no wata no ma da pudi ke ndao.
Wena how would you know gore wena o Motswana tswana la ntse ko wena o bona mmao le ntata o ile Batswana. I told you ka Africa ka lore ka mkhone e leng origin.
Yeah.
Batswana ba ko eno re ba fihle ko ba fitlang ba phasile somewhere.
Yeah.
And then ha ne ke botsa batho ke re I understand why other people they don't want their children ba bana le spiritual calling or ba bana le bongaka. Why? Ngwana ngaka o tlontsha diphiri tse tsotlhe tse di leng ka mo ntlong. So if your family ina le 5 generations ya sephiri se ba se hatileng wena o tla mo generation ya bo 6 o tshwara ke calling mantlozi a le atla ha sene le dlozi le la letla for it to survive it tshwantse e lokise e undo things tsa go morao. How do you undo things wena o nnetse re ko heno o papa mama wa kry le gore wena mma hao ha re bolela nnete
Yeah.
papa hao a itse gore wena o entse ke ntata ka mo next door
Okay.
or o entse ke moshangane o la ko khoneng.
Yeah.
So or ka yona nako ila ko morao madi a o rata la ile gore Motswana
Yeah.
tshetse ke madi a mandau de ba feta ile di traders. So now spirit isela ka hore sa lwana and then senya ka ownership of what it's what is its own, it will never let go. So how when us no embrace that spirituality calling.
Yeah.
O thoma bolela hore nna ke nna mama bolela se o ba bontsha dilo o re ntate moholo wa ka ba re ke ngonzo eng ba re ngonzo ke eng ka mona re batswana are next ntate moholo wa ka re ntata ka ke moketekete nna ke from this blood re tshwantse re etse bjana then wena batho ba botsang ba itse nnete be kona ba nna nnete ba re wa itse ba tlo believer a zanka ba o botsa le ntata ha o tlhokofetsa sa itse or in his blood o tshwere madi ya ma Congolese o tshwere madi ya go Nigeria. Right now ha ba swedi ba rena ona banong ba jola le maforina ba etsa bana mbutse re calling ya bana ba rena e tlo ba bjang bana ba ma Pakistan. I don't care gore re ka ba bona ka miriri mo re miriri ya bona e ke
no, this is deep.
Yes, I'm gonna be deep. So now
Maron Tilipiro Hachwan. We are coming there. I've got many questions. I've got many questions. Have you ever been inside the water?
Ka moara metsi ya kere ke go batho ba thwasetsa besides metsi re phela go teng
o kile wa tsena ka motlase
ka motlase o tsena o thwasetsa ntsuze as everyone ha ke sa thwasetse ntsuze nka sene ka mola because it tshwantse be bona who are letting me in o tshwantse be le madi a bana ba dintsuze ba ntsuze ba lineage.
And how will you know? The Gobela will tell you that ntsuze or what?
O ya go o sentsane o itse because people ba nang le this type of calling tse ke o buditseng. That's why go botsa ke re ha o fitla go Gobeleng ya nnete o tshwantse a itse hore what are you dreaming?
Yes.
Mabele
tla fa chance ba fana.
Bana ba thwasetsang sindau. Gobela e tlo director ke motho the way a lorang. And then bana ba thwasetsang dilo tsa sindiki. Ba tlo bolela ka mokgo ditoro tsa bona di tseng di a o guide. Mara batho ba ile hore ba thwasetsa sindau for instance, everything about them is tshwantse e be metsi. So ha ile hore o lora metsi o lora di entity tse kholo di noga tse dintse kholo tsa ntwela ke yona mo ile reng ke sindau. Then you have to get someone o ile reng kwa itseng sindau na marona ben as I know la batho ba claim hore ba etsa sindau mo hae majority ya batho ba ka ba kriang hore ba itse sindau ke batho ba ko Zimbabwe le batho ba ko Mozambique. There you can trace gore mandau wa kra ko kae. So eventually ne tshwantse be le gore ha ona le mondau o ya ko the people ba ile reng ke mandau ha o fitla mo villaging these are mandau speaking, these are the ndau people. They nka se re they convert, they cement you gore o kgone practice se se ndau eleng.
Marano, let's come to the issue ya madi.
Why
madi ano wa ke motho?
Okay,
bondao ke understand. But why specifically you have to put to drink pudi emeka ngothomola we loma and then we normally why what does that do?
That madi ale a robatsa the beast that is inside of you.
Wa until ni once off your face.
I get ki ona once off more because I get okay when o ngaka ke re doctor madi ale ha ke enwa ke nwele the most powerful antibiotic for this beast I have inside of me.
Okay,
this beast it least ke manka mona ke my ancestors.
Okay,
ka ho bana le agreement le these entities tse ile reng di ka mo hara rona. You cannot, that's why bazalwane ba nyoko botsa hore o ka rapela ntwela yatso ka setswe because it was long time and then high lorlo it's your time for you to carry the throne.
Yes,
you must go on wameziale on wamadiale and then ba bontse lubina ebile o wina ke ntwe simple. A get ka di category tsela ha motho a tlile a tshwere ke badimo re sentseng re bone or ditaola ho professor Itswe.
Yes,
the last thing I can do for you, sit them here re letseng dipina tse tsotlhe tse o di tseng ka scoop. La sa itse ho bina ha ile hore badimo ba ntshipila ka nnete. The way is gonna dance is gonna give us the direction that we take. So people ba kono thwasisa ba shingi ba bone le hore wena physically o namela ke spirit se se bya.
Okay,
le hore spirit se so swereng si reside as a masculine or feminine in you. Ona le batho ba nke monna bana kana ona le tlotsi le mosadi mara se gay a roba le banna
eno batla mosadi ka bara monna
ke kokwa ha wa o tshwereng
Market all these Mudeni people and whatnot, they always come and say, "Oh no, the Jones like that's what I can no more."
Yeah,
Yes.
but Jose, let me tell you something. I think Omaine from what he's saying is very, very clear.
Yes.
Those people that obakhulumayo abangeni la babheda labahlanya labo, you cannot
So skag lady.
It's a skag story.
I don't entertain them.
Yes.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And we are able to it moves by blood.
Yes.
At the same time, like when he talks about Mundao, for an example, ukuthi uma umuntu kuthiwa unomdawo, kahle kahle befaka ukuthi aye la amandawo akhona khona ayothwaswa amandawo because of yibo abamaziyo umdawo.
Yes.
I will give an example. Kabo babami ngamagqirha, ngabantu abamhlophe. Remember I once said ukuthi mina I refuse to go ngiyothwasiswa omunye umuntu because of izinto zasekhaya akazazi. That is why kabo baba they know ukuthi uma kufuneka ungene intwaso, when you will tell them ukuthi uphuphe ini ubona ini, then bayazi bazokutshela ukuthi unomshologu, and lo mshologu wakho usona so bona they know what to do. Uthwasisa yibo. I'm talking about the family yasekhaya.
Yeah.
As ngeke bakuthumele bathi hamba kwelinye igqirha. They know how to handle umshologu wakho, and they even tell ukuthi hayi tanazo into yalapha ekhaya le.
Yeah.
It goes back to what now he has just said about ukuphuza igazi, and going back kwinto yokuthwala again when he talks about ukuthi wonke umuntu uthwele, because now you are being initiated uthwala lento. That is why uzothatha legazi, because of bazokutshela ekhaya bathi umshologu ngowa lapha. Into yalapha lesiyayazi.
Okay.
Then they know how to handle you. That's the reason why I deliberately refuse anybody who says to me, "Ngihamba ngiyothwasa." Ungisa kuphi ngiyothwasa kuphi? Mina if I know ukuthi nginenkinga, ngiyagula. Abantu basekhaya they will know what to do with me.
Okay.
It's the same as njengoba ngeke ngakhuluma ngamagcina ngathi amagcina they will tell ukuthi uma ngangena amanzi nayi le ndoda engahamba emlanjeni kwavuka enye into lapha yena singayiboni silamatwadi kwaminwele mara inwele sinazo. Now when I told them they said no kube
healing.
Angithi ngakutshela wena ulaleli ngakutshela ngathi mina la kwavuka into la umoya.
Oh yeah, I can remember that one. Yes.
Now listen.
What did you do? Like, hello, what did you guys do?
You can't run.
You can't run.
Why?
You run. It's gonna get you can't run. You just have to stand. So. But then listen to what I said when I told Ulokuzana Batumbana Umakazi.
Yes.
Then she said, no. Even if we were tatile, the only thing that was supposed to happen would be either amakhosikazi wakho they will phone us, Tina will know what to do. Uyophuma khona la Eastern Cape cabanga ukuthi ngithathwa kuphi ngithathwa
ujumpa Eastern Cape.
Tina will know ukuthi siyakoma uphumfula siyokwenzani sokhuluma sithini uyophuma khona la.
Okay, yes mara but unalpot or sharp we live it this me it's like Mundao. Okay, sharp. I like
Kasetswana Ronaldo ngaka chupi.
Yes, you know.
And normally kidding ngaka tselo reng a di thwasisiwe tsona di
they tira go tsona, yes.
Self initiates, right?
Yeah.
And then neke batla lotla mo tabeng ya Mandao. Se nikina setlhalosa.
Yes.
Remember Mandao for example was a tribe. Ke batho ba ne ba phela. Very spiritual people.
Yeah.
Right. Ba tsamaya ntse ba kopana le batho, and like said maybe kopana le nkgono 5th generation back ba jola or whatever the case is. Because they are very spiritual people and they are very powerful spiritual people. He dilo di tlhahella gona yanong ba tshwantse ba thwasise ndao.
Yes.
It's simply because, or maybe in your lineage, directly or indirectly, you had contact lemunda.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
You had contact either way, regardless or young. But because, like I said in the beginning, her spirit is not limited.
Yeah.
Even if Basai Mozambique or Zambia or whatever, bafitla babua sendao.
Yeah.
Ntse ba le mo South Africa.
Yes.
We ipotse hore mara ba sitse kai sendao or something that is related to sendao. It's because spirit has gotten to a point where you are now ready to even know hore yanong ra elevates ra batla ho bontsha hore ntwe e tla kae. Some people are not even ready for it.
Okay.
But the whole point is that spirit will always show you what you need to know at the time that you need to know it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, let's be honest. Sometimes and it's something. It's a example like figure. Okunama orapela for strength, for wisdom. Again, but how do you build strength? It's for you to go through hardship.
Okay.
Have you thought about it?
Yeah.
That's the only process how we build a strength.
Yeah.
So sometimes we need to be careful of what we pray for. So if you pray for strength, then be ready for hardship.
Through hardship, yes.
Because you are going to go through hardship or build a strength so that you can tell the story.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
If we don't rappel for
Thomas botla ke eng ka teng? Hey, it's a Tommy lady man.
if we don't rappel wisdom, for example,
Yeah.
how do we gain wisdom? By going through the hardships still or in the
They challenge your mind.
to challenge your mind. Yes. So therefore we need to understand sometimes or semoya, like I said in the beginning, it's not something that you and I, because Rona are limited and think we're less limited.
Yeah.
And because we have different journeys at different points in time, it's already unique to us. And we want to acquire different things. I promise you, a hona journey etla tshwana le motho mo la ka kopana le jibiliga re kopana rena le step.
Yeah.
Journey high is totally different to mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Journey ya clinic is totally different to mine. That's why hona ya no kenale this thing we call it textbook thwaso. Ra tsamaya re kena ko Gobela o iwan. Gobela o retsisa ntho iwan as if nkare badimo ba rona ba tshwana. That's wrong. I call it textbook thwaso.
So then Baba Florona was quoting about Tossats 15, 20 kind of one. It's just nonsense.
I don't know who Dilayang Leon, but
Yes.
there is no way who Ngatwasa the same as Nig.
Yeah.
No. Because
Yeah.
this is Lazarona Aditwan. And a letting Larry compounding 18. But Larry Ruta Seba Rutan Swana, but there's going to be distinct differences celoring. The rates are unique.
Okay.
wa bona ka mokgo TSA bolelang
Yes.
ha re le tiriso a ra sume hore re na le badimo we tshwantse re be initiated e be re kopana go Gobela e one fine mara my explanation e ne tshwantse go botse ka yona ka Mandau Mandiki Mantinzuza eng
Yeah.
diputso re e applya how mo rona why nna le ena ra para dilo tse one re tshwantse re bine one and le tlhosi la rena le tshwantse o ka re le tswa mo one ba botle ba le ena mara kanti in actual fact ke Mandau ke Mandiki ke Nzuza.
Okay.
So how do we apply ho re etsa ntwe one?
Yeah.
All right, the basic foundation ya go sekolong ke ntwe one. You know it's one leng dikolo tsa dingaka
Yeah.
di tshwana le dikolo tsa ma China tsa ruta kung fu.
Yes.
O bone ke dikolo tse ntshi attire different mara in the morning the exercise ke one kata ke one mara ha e tlotla mo dilo tse ding o kre o la ba re o etsa the eagle o etsa lion o la o etsa eng mo di kanya go tswana mara a ya tswana hore ba botle ra pere ntho e one
Okay.
doesn't
Yeah.
o molomo o na le calling ya special as much as badimo ba rena ba sa tshwane le nna ke tshwane le bona le nna city ya ka e ke itlisang ya baloi after nna e ka tshwane le bana ba bona mara re ka no tshwana fela le mola just understanding the basics
Yeah.
tsa hore go bongakeng ho etsahalang.
Okay.
So ne ke tlhalosa ile hore the calling tsela di so motho wa Mandau o lora thata di noha le metsi ya makima le eng go rena mostly ke di noka ba kampane ipona le ka mara noka or le go di forcing or ana le noha monokeng or a etsa anything monokeng.
Yeah.
Then you have by loring ke maybe Mandiki motho wa teng re lo o lora mostly mud and the soil.
Okay.
He never dreams ka metsi.
Yeah.
A ke re ha o dirang go buriso ke fire bender wena we lewing
Nah, hey, mna ke khosi.
Tunza moto bona khosi ha ntse re bereka so di minds tse di le mo di tlo ruta hore rona lo tse ding la o ka ikisiwa rona o khotsi se gongwane.
Yes.
You don't know anything about you.
Yeah.
You only know half a percentage.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay.
But if you can go deeper in understanding who's this spirit inside of me, who am I, where is it going? O tlo itse hore le function ya ha hore ke eng o tlo itse hore ke eng. So but anyway ne ke bolela more confusion e mo. Ba bang motho a se re wa thwasa ba no re ho so wa kre le o tshwantse fena a binele badimo ba kwa ba bineng ba tseng selopo
yes
wa no bina fela selopo o feditse ha o bina selopo you are embracing your DNA and then like I told you there's a lot of ways e lo re lokisa ntwe tsamaisana le bongaka but batho ba rona mo abayitsi le ha o ka lokisa di chakras tsa hao o feditse
yeah
because ha o bina o gida o lokisa di chakras and then gobela how dilo tse strict o feeling o ruta hardship because ha ona ngaka e phelang soft life I think
o thusa yang batho sa itse
o le soft life o bereka bjang batho ha o le manana
how do you
do what
hey guys you know what
let's go back a little bit
yeah
that's just non child zone because I got a little no you're supposed to sokole go thusa ba DJ and everything is that how it is now
I can do
re bolela ka soft life.
Yeah, can I have my own double story, my own Mac? Like I mean, Bon. If Nike, I can give more to a lot of numbers, right? Why can't I give them myself bill?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why can I say pizza on a bill? I see lot of number. I will a lotto. Kim millionaire. They're killing a castle. Why cannot do that?
Because one thing. You know what these guys have just said right now.
Yes.
Hey, brother, this is way deep. You know, and I've heard what TS is saying now. Our utusa yamba to usna experience ya hardship. Now go back to your Bible. Let's talk about your book now.
Yeah, I'll start my book.
Your book.
Yes, you're part of that.
But listen to this. Listen to this. Have you ever noticed that all the major prophets in the book they had to go through hardship?
Yeah. Everybody has to go through hardship. You know that.
Initiation.
And then from there, but then others stay in that hardship. That's what I've seen.
Example
Yeah.
But okay, but they don't understand. Ha uba na le calling.
Yes.
After a calling ya how. You can't go back to the life you were living.
Yeah.
This Gobela was showing you who you are for the rest of your life. That's why I said Mandau. Asebat bo relax, asebat bo nafatsi. 4 o'clock, ba tsuile, ba tsama, ba bereka. Mo letsatsing ba epa ditlhare, ba etsa everything manual. Wena ba lebeletse gore ke hardship. That is why you lo thwasa ba re o ingane ya masoja.
Yeah.
This is soldier e loring I fail. So that's why ne ke tla go distinct ya hore once o ka bona motho e le ngaka ana le di weavy manala a makana etsang I don't think gore ke ngaka re namella thabela ka maoto letsatsi la fisa ha ona nako ya sunscreen ha ona that is why everything e ba o etsang go thwasong ba o prepare for life go pele.
Yeah. Now let's come to this one everyone on TV, right? Because many people are asking that. What is that? We see him daily. Women, and 4 men. He's sleeping with all of them. Bisexual, I can
TV. It's
waste of time.
Serious. Fine, hey. Mundane, go TV, right?
But before we even go to Mundane,
I want us to bond. TV in GB. People see that. Luna, the genuine ones, I will say, genuine. You are not there. You are here in this podcast today to talk about it. It's beautiful. People, I hope and wish to God they can listen to this and learn. Mara, those who are fake.
But this was powerful.
Exactly. These two are very, very fake.
Powerful. It was powerful.
So I will say now, that's why I've been asking to come here. But I've been asking a client. The only like a well nigga phone. That is a technical. How fit I only spoke with him over the phone live on Eriboka Kutwal. And all those things. So they don't come here. So who like people exposed to what? Kokos Kotain, Maweni, all this nonsense around on TV. And they think that's how it is. what is your opinion about that nonsense?
Maybe like
I don't even watch those things.
Can I maybe say something about
Yes,
it?
yes, please.
Because we have to say.
I get a Khosupa, that's a channel.
I mean,
Now, they are forced to do content, but behind it's the blackness in us, it's the craft that we have.
Okay.
I wish in give us a choose and triviana.
Yeah.
And ke santsana ke tla mo pointing e hore khale he no bua ka ngaka o bua ka mo profeta o bua ka motho wa semoya no some money especially ngaka ne ile something e loreng wa moela you understand because ona dula ele motho o loreng o tshwantse a keep a certain standard and level of living e loreng a ona motho ka e khonang
khale
now dilo tse etsahalang hona yanong you ask the question and it's something that I asked before, maybe I should pose it to the table. A ona motho o phelang o senang culture, right?
Okay.
Makgowa ana le culture ya bona.
Yeah.
Hona le diphiri tsa culture ya bona tse re sa di tsebeng.
Exactly.
Asian people le bona. Why is it that we find it so easy hore rona re bear the very secrets tse re ding rona on public TV? It doesn't work that way. On YouTube, and I like this other guy who kila rokonna kengaka maroka sempone ka masela mustra.
Yeah.
Because as much as ngawa apara, there's a thing in me eloring e batla o keep that spirit to that essence ya spirit.
Maona di baga and everything.
I ka di kenya di baga mara 1 or 2 hona mo. But in essence a o itse le hore motho keng because ntwe ke akale. So dilo tse etsang ke and mind you I hope I'm not going to be
say it uncensored bafana uncensored kam
Gogo Mawini.
Yes,
I know her personally.
When
Khale. Before Gogo Mawini.
What do you know?
She's always she's a troublemaker.
Serious?
O kila tla go Papgeld, I think. But sorry sa mfano wa Sundowns.
I say ra sana le ke magana o SK le khosa ke lene khosa modimo lene ke yo ke se gafi ya re ke ena modileng yana. And she's like she said it publicly, so it's not like we are like
so aunanga ga behave so
and before wa lawyer again wa lawyer state utla ntomojibi ntwena mbora one time I bua mo TV in this girl are o see o bone mta commenta mo Facebook or mo WhatsApp and a commenta ka lebitso la hae le ka di photo wa se le bantu ithatha no o tse one ntwe then you just do. I'm like how are you proud of something like that on public TV?
Jose, you know, let me tell you something. Sometimes it's sad or probably it might be degrading when we say them.
Yeah.
We were taught in school that there is no stupid answer, there's no stupid question or whatever it is.
Gray area.
But I've learned, from observation and working with people, Ogoti, bakhona abantu abadom.
Yeah.
Like udom. Noma ungaba nemali ube beautiful ube nice. That's why white people they normally say blonde without brains. Blonde without brains because blonde women they are taken to be beautiful in the Western culture.
Yeah.
But bakhona abantu abadom. Some of these people who make it to actually have access to the media and then babe nama shows and stuff like that, they are not all clever. Lo muntu ukula adom and manje sekasithola ku situation whereby exposed une access ye media or unemali or whatever it is, whatever conditions that happen. The fact ukuthi mentally this person is retarded. Yeah. It will never change. Yeah. It remains like that. And that is why they will do certain things that you'll even question yourself with matter. How did you get here? You understand what I'm saying? Yes. So I think the mistake that people do, I mean, you can't really, and I'm always having a concern. That's why when we were talking about this issue of even in Tabazama and stuff like that, I was like, but how do we sit and entertain such? But for the fact that you're able to to entertain that, it still says something about your level of IQ as well. In the actual fact, your intelligence is not right. I mean, you are born and we discuss. Lo muntu dom uvulele ini channel ulalela umuntu dom ngoba umuntu dom lo.
Manje those things are there.
They are there.
We cannot really ignore them, to be honest.
But we are intelligent people. You can tell that this is bullshit. Let me just
Do you know what's the problem?
Let me check NASDAQ, or probably let us check NASDAQ. Let's check.
Do you know what's the problem?
Discovery Channel.
The problem is that
Exactly.
the very same things that we're going to ignore are affecting people like that. I remember I once asked Mohutu Agakere, I love horror movies too much. I'll buy horror movies and watch that.
No, you look horror yourself.
Exactly. And other born agains will tell me, and other Christians will tell me, how should I do these movies? You are glorifying the devil, blah, blah, blah. What about when he's always defeated? How is that glorifying him? Because in every movie area, he's defeated in every movie, and it shows how you can defeat it, even if it's not the way. I mean, really, but then how is that? And then Bible, how do you enter a strong man's house before binding him? You cannot do that. You have to study this person, know this enemy, then you can attack.
Exactly.
So if we ignore such things, no, we cannot be watching and doing that, then you won't know what people are going to be falling for, and how do you help them from that as well.
And again, it's that thing. Sometimes the people that have knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Tend to make the mistake of thinking keeping quiet is the right thing to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Giving an example. You remember the last Mabani?
Yes.
We were talking about what is a woman.
Yeah. No. We're going to talk about the kind of woman.
Yeah, no. Just nervous question. But
yes.
We've gotten to a point where we are asking, like, really.
Those questions.
Yes. But there's the left wing, the left or right, but the left wing is perpetuating that idea where a transgender men can be a woman.
Yes.
And then there's a guy like me who says, no, I am not going to stand for that crap.
Yeah.
I will say what a woman is.
Yes.
Yeah. You understand?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So sometimes we need to get to a point where we have to talk about these things.
Yeah.
We have to say, fake Gobela. And it's real. People need to watch out for such things.
Yes.
So that mapilo abatu anne. But we sit and do nothing about it and expect things are going to be okay. No, they can't be okay.
Yeah.
And it's the same question that I like saying this quote by Jordan Peterson. Don't be a fool in the midst of chaos.
Yeah.
Already but you choose to be a fool.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're making matters worse by doing nothing.
Yeah.
That must stop. So the good guys or the guys that are fighting the good fight, men or women or both, need to stand up and talk about it. That's
it. You know, I love. I'm thinking about right now as you're talking. As I always say that your book, but I'm a big Bible thumper myself, big time.
Yeah.
And I love these scriptures that are so dramatic. And I'm reminded of a scripture whereby one king of Israel was going to war, and the Bible says, and there came Bilhah, the son of so and so, a false prophet, and he prophesied to him to say that, oh king, go ahead, you're gonna win. And in the actual fact, he was being a false prophet because of you understand? He just went ahead, and then he took the opportunity just for fame. Now, the real prophet came and told him straight that you're going to go, O king, but you're not going to come back.
Yeah.
You're going to die tonight.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, my point is that at the end of the day, you start to realize that what's out there's so much hunger for money. People will go and do anything, even if it means that they must mislead the lives of people because they just don't care. They all just want to get money because now people, they love things more than they love people.
Yeah.
So if I have all these things, I can buy this car, I can afford this, I can have Gucci, I can have that by doing what I'm doing, then I might as well continue with it even if I know that it's crap.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to benefit from it.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
So that is where and again, it shows you how our society actually has degraded.
Yeah.
How it is, going down the drain. When we get to a point whereby I can deliberately mislead you, and you take a knock and your life becomes a mess just because of I'm going to benefit money. And that's how it is. I mean, we are talking about this thing.
Yes.
But there's something else that, as an example, I believe with my umganam ulokuzana, but this guy, when he started the show, he had a good intentions to show about his team.
Yes.
But you see the power of money, what has happened. Things they start to be scripted, things they start to change. There's so much drama and all these things. And manje, people, they don't have the proper perception about
Just
this
10
team.
years.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's what is happening even with a number of things as well.
Yeah. Agnes no tlo butsang. Butsa ka speed ya go making ko. Mo fa make GB ka speed ya butse ru tlo rala.
What I wanted to ask.
How feel it, Mikey baby? How feel it, Mikey? Yeah.
Arabile already, so I don't think I need to ask again.
What's the reveal to ngata go wena? Bolela.
Yes, Arabile.
On what lo butsa ring?
Right now, I can only give a testimony of what they're saying. I've seen them with my own eyes.
Are you a Gobela?
No, I'm not a Gobela.
Are you thwasas?
No.
All right. Are you on la
No,
moya?
the build up of the story.
Yeah.
I could relate because I've seen them happening.
Oh, okay.
Like that one, which is it when you start the show, ne? Why would they choose Ngwano Munyane?
Yes.
Yes. And they broke it down
Yeah.
for you again.
Okay.
I have someone I know personally. Who ring. He had to ibile atlohelo bereka because he didn't believe in that, and then na glory to Jesus, everything Jesus.
Why people le mo ka kereke ya ka so? Ke
Hey,
nkare.
wait. That is, you know the other day we were like this thing.
Yeah.
Hore. Colonization
Yes.
by breaking it down with him.
I agree.
Let me just say, but they broke that power. Yeah, but that power.
Yeah.
Make them believe that this thing does not work. And then if you use this thing, you're going to hell,
Yeah.
you're a heathen, and country is their strength. And then now, unfortunately, like for instance, 5th generation back 1800. So now remote I know.
Yeah, I'm listening.
They will not. I get.
Yeah.
So wabana hore namile power ya batho ba bantsho e cut off.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
That person ena na believer ko. Like
Okay.
nothing else.
Yeah.
So now nkulu kala yem. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Nkulu wa high. It
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
kala yem. Okay, fine. Okay, maybe
Kenya got 10.
because they are sending signs. They're trying to communicate in every way, but this person is not
responding.
because that thing, that concept, it doesn't exist
Yeah.
at all. Even though people are this and this one, people came again, but because you believe almost something. Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, ne?
Yeah.
Walked this earth we are walking on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what is in the Bible was edited. I would always say that.
Okay.
100%.
We know that, yes. Yeah, it's a
I get
we
it.
know that. Yeah.
But now, what is happening to the black community? Ne?
Okay.
You are, but try like I know all the time. Ne? They came with their civilization, ne? And they tried to take everything from the black people. Like I told you, it came to me, why were they doing all those things, colonization and everything?
Yeah.
Mudimu utseri, a black person am on the richest land on earth.
Yeah.
Ne? That will provide the whole world with everything.
Yeah.
Ne? A black person is there.
Yeah.
And then now, this black person is rooted there. Ne? Only this supernatural power.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
That they cannot even understand. Why would black people take their secret, that audacity, Yahweh publicize on YouTube, baby? Take the Asians. Would you know their secrets about Shaolin Temple example?
Yeah.
Monks.
The monks. Would you know their secrets? They will kill you for that.
Yeah.
Live a what nonsense.
Yeah.
I never watched that.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah, maybe I'm not.
They're there.
Well, like why not to watch to learn the other side?
No, I
You
realized
don't do
this
that.
is bullshit.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
I get you learn the other
on
side
another
of the coin.
Nah, I didn't learn anything.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm still learning. I told you the other day, what's my take? I'm still very young.
Yeah.
When it comes to this, because I have this little information.
Yeah.
But tell you what, this little information that I have with it, compared to those nonsense ever did,
Yeah.
they know nothing. They know nothing about their culture.
Yeah.
To start with.
Yeah.
They know nothing about their culture. They know nothing about their calling. In fact, someone will say something. Yeah.
Personally.
Personally.
Yes.
What troubled? Instead
Is this content Mawin again? Yeah.
Whoever.
Yeah.
I can't do one con Lucio.
Where no man?
Yeah.
Nabila angeke bolela ka bona.
Understand?
Yeah.
I don't entertain bullshit. Understand?
Yeah.
Everybody who knows me, they know what I don't entertain bullshit.
Yeah.
That is bullshit. That is why I don't watch those things.
Yeah.
That is why I will never watch those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my point is, I can tell you personally, someone who will ena because ena na no lwela shem horing a win in life. Mara as a win, whatever he tries or do would eventually ipatlalale. Like asale anale nothing. Start afresh.
Yeah.
Pusher. Get something yana. Kur uta understand hore beba he has to live in something yana mara one day because they will send someone.
Yeah.
Do you know they will send someone who will tell you literally what you have to do. They will send someone mara hi. That is bullshit.
Yeah, when the devil wants you, he wants you.
Two, yes. To a point that matsoha robe asa khona dia selo now. Akasi rolen to the heavy.
Yeah.
Dira lo jedi soft fela.
Yeah, that's the dangerous
And then the
part
way nasa
about
chele
this.
chekate.
Is it? Kimba khobaza.
You can die.
But then you die, what you are dying, you
Yeah.
dead, and the gift is gone.
Okay, you.
Can
you-
I finish?
Bona.
Can I
Plenty
finish?
of
Can I
time.
finish? Yeah, can I finish? Can
Okay,
I prophet?
okay,
I was
sister.
not going to, but I felt the edge.
Yeah.
Like it felt this
Oh,
testimony.
since ngwana mongwe.
As you can see,
O sentse ngwana bongwe. Jesus. Ora khanya go tsana tsana tso tsa soko ene video. Yeah.
He didn't got a minor injury.
Yes.
Ne? Second time in betile poo tsamaka scooter poo awela kakwa. Everyone thought he's dead. O go betse matsogo fela to a point that I guess beriki.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
But he's fine. Everything was fine on the body. Ana lutile robile matsogo for asa tlola bereka cause ena lo bereka. A win, a hustle, a win, mo pelo mo a popele ene dilo tsa dinamele skontiri.
Yeah.
But then they wanted him. Yeah. Hey.
Gore ne ngaka.
Tsotsi. Take the baiting.
Ya gore.
It's your chance. It's your turn now.
Ya gore ne ngaka.
You're that generation. No. They said
It depends on which one is it, okay?
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to also let it down.
Litaola and all that, yes, yeah.
Mkulu yena no lebella so are wena promoki 1 2 3 4 mkulu wa hai.
Yeah.
What promoki 1 2 3 4 tsa 1 2 3 ko pansele 1 2 3 or run of what's on. How mix is swat?
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
Refrain from doing 1 2 3 4.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Then ke ka mkhom ndala ba bereka ka hona.
Yeah.
Unfortunately fitila ke re mengwa e fitile.
Yes.
O robetse. But then there was no one asalanga tsa baiting a tswela pele a thusa batho. A fodisa batho ke healer. Asa tswele pele ntwela he's been waiting for decades. So many decades. Now this person ena o tlo mmotsa ka Kriste.
Yes. Correct.
Kriste okay fine with it. Now after luthule ke dikolo ke no mkhono asu utlwe still ba ya ko ngwaneng wa hae. Ngwana o fitles o nyakela sa fetsa sekolo.
Yeah.
Because every time a tsena ko sekolong awe B faint ba motse ba motse ngwana ana problem.
Yeah.
Boo faint every time, and especially ka nako je crucial le zoro tlamela ngwala di exam I reng go high school. You understand? Ngwanole o ko re ba go high mama ha feletse bila motse ba motse ba isa mo ise dikereke but no hona le mdala ene kwa ko papa hai ndala o ke na tshwenya ngwana o
Yeah.
So and nanyaka attention up papa high. Knowing what the way ratang on getting, he will listen. No matter what, he will listen. Yeah, na hana utuji ko guys, to a point to be level. You can't work anymore. Ausana matso basically. No matso no kono tapa.
Now, how is he going to practice anything if like a bamboo less
He can't do hard.
So and I'm soul and Jay.
No, if
I'm soul and Joro.
no, he's not paying attention. They were trying to grab his attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I tell you something before? I think I want to clear something, Moena, Mr. Jose.
Oh.
Yes.
When you, the issue that you are raising of saying, Guti, why will they go this far to do this, to do that? Aren't you supposed to be something, blah, 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 blah. Remember that in the actual fact, originally, black people were not people of cars and double-story houses and money and degrees. No.
Yeah. But
No.
that's the reality we have now.
No, that has been brought by the system. That is not your original person. That was not you.
Yeah.
You're having these things because of the system has created it so that you can be able to survive, and that's how the system has been programmed and designed for our survival as human race, that you must get a job, you must stay in a house, you must do this, you must do that. Original. Why do you think that you go to India, you find certain people who are spiritually secluded, apart from the world, and they can see things and they can talk to you and even tell you where you come from? You go to China, you find, in most cases, when you want to rise to a certain level of spirituality, these things here, you need to be away from them.
Yeah.
Now, why is that? Because originally, the original human being was never meant to be caught up in material.
So I can be rich.
The issue of you being rich, you define rich by having money, but in the spiritual realm, wealth is defined differently.
So can I have cows?
Look,
Can I have land?
look, those are the things that you need for your survival.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is it. Came naked, naked you shall depart.
Okay.
The most important thing in life is your soul.
Yeah.
And your soul can still be defiled by you pursuing these things. And that is where we even become so dull of hearing, because of our main worry is to acquire all these material things, which Solomon said in your book, vanity and all vanity, because everything you shall leave here.
And that bitch was rich, by the way.
But and he says that from experience of being rich and realizing that actually even wealth means nothing.
No, yes.
But now my point is this. Originally, Tina as abantu abamnyama, siza singabantu bomoya. And that's the reason why even from Kemet, even from Kanana, where we were, even when you talk about Timbuktu, you talk about all these places. When we were in Kemet, the Europeans will come to learn from us. Bekuthiwa makufika endaweni yethu, when they've got problems, laba vela khona, things will start to happen mabafika la. Uthola ukuthi sibanikeza ama-solutions, be it medicine, be it spiritual, whatever it is. Abelungu kudala sibathwasisa kahle kahle.
Yeah.
Dala sibathwasisa kahle find the one.
Yeah.
Now, ibuya kude le nto le, because of Tina, we were the source of the spiritual realm. We were the ones who were connecting people to the spiritual realm. That's why prophets couldn't become white, even if white people wanted to claim prophecy. They can't, because of prophets were black.
Yeah.
And I did explain the other day, because of our pancreatic gland, where you find even our third eye. Now, the issue now that I'm talking about is that when you see now abantu abadala trying to talk to you to take you back to your original self, because that's what they're trying to do. That is why these things, start. And guess what? When they decide, they can bring them back. After you've completed the whole process, they bring them back. But they're trying to teach you, in the actual fact, this is nothing. You don't need this.
Yeah.
You need, let us then you won't even, you won't even be concerned about, you won't even probably worship it or whatever it is, because of, are we doing land?
Yeah.
That is why, therefore, the issues with and everything, they will take you through that process.
Yeah.
Because of the point that they're trying to make. uyasikwatisa yinonsense lento ikhalelayo. We want to give you a bigger thing than lento le.
Yeah.
Into yomoya, into ezothi iconnect, ukhona ukubona, ukhona ukwenza izinto that other people cannot do. Now, that is much more bigger than you having all the wealth being here. Being able to know ukuthi ungena lutho nje. You can say words. You can talk to a particular people and certain things they can come together. A person can come la about cancer or whatever it is, and you can be able to say a word or whatever it is. He can say hambe and all those. That's a high level. That's the highest level of Kampala. Nothing beats you when you're in that level. You've got everything.
I just wanted to add on that.
This guy's burning.
Yeah, we look. But I'm going to take another approach to this.
Yes.
You are a human being with spirit, I get it.
Yeah.
And hona le lefatshe.
Mapen, Maren, talking keep pose. Repeat some pose.
Ke a rapela.
Yeah,
Wa rapela.
A ke re ko buitse ka ra wena o santse re ntwanyana o itse. Kan buitse ke ntse bana ke re ba botle ba le swag tonight. Wa bona ko
O mo lo i wena fela ke itse ke
Ke
fana.
o se itse.
Wena ke itse wena you are doing
Ke
na.
tlo e change, o tlo go risk le ke ntse.
Mbotsi.
Ah, wow.
O said the rock. Ya ga JC. Yeah.
So spirit, I get it.
Yes.
Now I'm going to be a little bit scientific. If you look at what we are made of, which are atoms, neutrons, and electrons, right?
Yes.
It's always moving.
Molecules and stuff.
They
Yeah.
are always moving. They are always moving, and when they move, they give out a certain frequency.
Yes.
Right. So let's agree on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, this is me. Dilo tsa lefatshe and everything that I'm exposed to, di operate on a particular frequency.
Yeah.
A lower frequency that I should be operating on.
Yeah.
Right. And then a calling comes, right? Because Tato as a person is supposed to be vibrating at a higher frequency
Yeah.
because the gift is here.
All right.
But you're supposed to move from this to that level.
Yeah.
Okay. But Tato wa gana. Tato wa nganga. Tato onale manganga man. O tlwaetse dilo tsa lefatshe.
Yeah.
Then Badimo say, we cannot work with you in this form.
Yeah.
Re everything on a
Yeah.
so that you understand and accept you are not supposed to be here.
Almost another one. My family, you are 12 tattoo shop.
No,
But
it can be anyone. But the problem is if you are the chosen one, it's a calling, and it's a hard burden on you,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But you need to sort out whatever that you are being called to sort out.
Yeah.
Right. But for you to be able to do that, you need to be operating at a particular frequency, your gift, your calling. Right now, you are here.
Yes.
And then at a certain point, you start vibrating higher. So much so that you are now on the level of the frequency that you're supposed to be vibrating.
Yeah.
Then Badim was like, okay, he's listening. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. We are going to bless him because he understands exactly the essence of what he is.
Yeah.
And that's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Because once you understand, and like I said, you can be a medical doctor and your calling is being a medical doctor.
Yeah.
And because you reach it sooner than other people,
Yeah.
you find that you excel even in anything that you touch that is medically inclined.
All right.
Same applies to Batuba music.
Yeah.
Same applies to Batuba polo. I always make an example ka Lionel Messi.
Yes.
Nobody will ever touch that guy because his calling, I believe, was just to play soccer. Nothing else. We never, and here's the thing that everybody who answers to the calling, we never talk about how rich he is, what cars he drives, what houses he stays
Yeah.
in.
But he is, right?
And he
But he is.
But
That's the
we
thing.
talk about it.
We always
Yeah.
talk about what he is called
Exactly.
Yeah.
for. Black Coffee, one-handed DJ.
Yes.
What do we talk about? We never talk about his house in the States or the cars.
We don't know
We always
that.
talk about music.
Musical high is.
Exactly, because that's what he's called for.
Yeah.
So people don't understand what anything that you are called for. Yes, sometimes are you featured, but it has a greater
Gives you fulfillment.
it has a greater fulfillment and cause.
Yes.
That's why sometimes you find that I can be a CEO of a company.
Yeah.
Make millions of rents. And then I decide, no man, this is not for me. I'd rather keep murudi.
Yeah.
Because my calling is that.
Yes.
You understand?
Ke go tlhaloga.
Yeah. So people need to understand what the callings are the one. Rona we normally say a calling because it's of a spiritual nature.
Yeah.
But in essence, a calling can be anything and everything. And sometimes, which is a point that I wanted to say, is that sometimes you don't need people like us to tell you about what you are supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Purely on the basis of you can actually go lineage history or man. Ke kgosi segongwana na ntatemogolo ne le doctor ntatemogolo ne le doctor a ona gore le nna tshwantse ke follow bo doctor and you
Yes.
find gore that is actually where you're supposed to be like
Yeah.
people who are policemen bana I want to be able because papa ne le how fun ntatemogolo fifth generation na mlwana ko World War I and he was good at what he did and that follows you because like we say ke DNA ya hao. It's something that you are part of.
You do it without struggle.
You do it. It's effortless when exactly.
Yeah.
And once you understand and accept that, then it means what everybody otla molfatsing is not by chance.
Yeah.
Honale purpose I molfatsing.
Yeah.
Your aim and goal in life is to try and find that what is it that is you are here for.
All right.
And once you've done that,
Yes.
then
Can I say
the world is your pudding.
Can I say something when I like what you just said, that those people who are living their callings, they don't put it in your face about their wealth and stuff like that. All those people are saying that is people who haven't found themselves. I remember the one time I was in a Porsche dealership and I was looking at the cars. I'm like, hey, you know, these cars are so nice. When is one going to drive this car? And there was a voice that spoke to me. The voice said, wealth comes as a reward of doing that which you are called to do.
Okay.
Once you find that, wealth will come to you because of it's just a reward. Now, this is where you notice that people who have money, who are living their calling, whether it be a basketball player, whether it be a rugby player, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
If you are living your calling, you accumulate things without even thinking. You're not even counting what you're accumulating. But what fulfills and excites you is to do what you are called to do. And that's what gives you fulfillment. So when you get that Porsche and you get that, you're not counting those things. You're not even looking at them. It is those people who are still frustrated and they haven't found their calling that will always notice what you have now. Oh, you've got a Porsche now. Oh, you've got a Lamborghini. Why? It's because of they haven't found themselves.
Yeah.
When you have found that which gives you peace, which gives you joy, you are having all this wealth. That's why sometimes those type of people, they're not even stingy. They can just give you a car. No, you like it. Okay, just drive around. It's fine. Then, how do I man? He's got some meeting somewhere, whatever it is that he's doing. He's fulfilling his calling. He's not sitting watching with all those people, they don't have peace because of they haven't found themselves.
Yeah.
They are hiding behind things, material things, so that they can find some sense of confidence. Do you understand? But when everything is taken away, they've got nothing. You know, when you know that I'm called for this. This is me. This is what I do best. This is why I'm here. I am here for this purpose. There is nothing that intimidates you. There's nothing that intimidates. Sometimes people they always get a little bit like my other friends. Sometimes it gets concerned. I'm not scared to tell a person about my downfalls. I'm not scared. I don't feel shy or intimidated because I know who I am.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm capable of, and I know what is it that I'm called to do.
Yeah.
And whether you take me like this or not, you add and you take nothing away from me. I still remain me. So that is why the issue of understanding your calling becomes so much important, because of you don't have to hide yourself behind things so that you can, put up a facade and put up an image so that people can respect you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Simon. Yes.
Calling ya teng ba ibitsa manono.
Who?
Manono.
Manono. What is that now?
I get you a doctor.
What is Manono?
Doctor ya o bereka ka bana again.
Ke pediatrician.
That's what you get.
So Manono ke wa bana?
Yeah. kore calling ya hao ke a bereka ka anything from o bea bana tlhwana kore that's why this thing is so diverse.
Yeah.
Tears what he was breaking down ke ntho e nkileng ka bolela ka re calling it's everything that means everyone must take their position from the great kingdom.
Yes.
If wena ntata hao mmereko ene ile kono maka go dikgomong, that's what's going to happen to you.
Why?
That's why that calling, because ke the kingdom, and then hona le dikhoshi, hona le calling e nngwe e tsamaya le bongaka bo bona le kgoshi, and hantshi bo bona lo ba le ntho ka reng boloi motho wa teng o khona o fitlhahala if there's danger, and then o khona o bonahala morao mara pushing him to go back to the kingdom eba a journey e nngwe e strategy for him.
What kingdom is that?
Yeah, get a kingdom of Eswatini.
Okay.
Mostly all of us who claim to be Goonies we come from. I get you can research how.
Is it? Okay.
I don't know how this thing mona all of us are yet.
Yeah.
Where does the Zulu kingdom come from?
Yeah.
Yes. So who are the Zimbabweans? Mazulu king. Eswatini king. Why is it ko Zulu banyalan le Maswati? Why honali that relation?
Yeah.
Yeah. So negitla go botsa ke re o molomotse ya position ya if na my father ka bloodline re ba go bukhoshing.
Yes.
And no kre lo re bile bona le bongaka eba another story hore how am I going to get to the throne kana go ngwe go lwele le bo malome khale plus ke story sa Seth le Horus ba sutsutse go Egypt ba se etsa ka mo Bible. That's why hence
Catholic Church anyway tsena wena.
Yes, ba runa le the devil. So re ntse lona bana our kingdoms re rula ke the same thing. Lona bana lebela go KZN tshwantse annefas ona le this le before him le ena Chaka Zulu himself Zulu Chaka had the same thing ya hore go be le that fight. So ne ke lebetse go botsa ka ene ke lebetse ke re ke manono. Hanshimanono, you'll see people getting papara di bitsi tsela o ka reng di frutsunyana so ela ngwana ha sna belewa yes mara it's a mahabedi. That's why ke le dilo tsine lo tse pedi that thing o tshwantse o ile rutiwa gore o khone go initiate some people le e deep manono ao is because you tlo kreya hona le mosadi o ile re setsa abortion. Or we ends abortion. Yona ile oberkang ka yona.
Yeah.
Abortion. Yeah. Or okrele miscarriage. It becomes something that must be healed and cleansed.
Okay.
That's why you could many people ba thwasa or ba initiate for dilo tse wrong because okrele re motho tswere ke manono. Meaning she is suffering from that condition. Ya hore a baby was lost ka moara mmele hae. The signs are those people o tla kera motho teng a lora bana or a utlwa maseha alla.
Yeah.
And then over emotional around children. And then ba bang ha ile calling o rata o bereka ka bana ke bana ba lo kere bereka go di crècheng okay or ba di teacher somehow.
Yeah.
It's amaisana le yona that thing. So that's why ke re o tluse calling tsa batho o tshwantse o itse background o tse ke reng di kingdom go morao so o tlo utlwa gore why hona le calling is so, na le calling is so, na le calling is so. And then the way calling ne respect you aga teng. O boletse ka child o ra no lo munyane. Ha ngwana lo munyane ana le calling, we can pick it up. Ari pick up. Ra etswalla.
La khona.
Yeah, wa khona or badimo ba lo ba robatse. You are just buying time for nako ela. That is why nna ho ya ka experience ya ngwana mo ka thwasang ke either ha ilo tsena tertiary or rasna fetsa tertiary. I'm just showing you because rona we might think ka relimiamo ya the physical or ngwana ka nako eo o sentsana lo monyane. Kanda o itse ka relema spirituality ngwana o maturani because le tlozi le swantse le mature ka moara hae. Maybe we ya ka bona once re ka re a fitlhile age ya grade 12 re kana ra level or average hantsi tlabelo e le re ke mengwa he mekana nkana kona mo ke re motho ba ka thoma now gore ba mo release gore o swantse a ilo ya calling because the steps tsa nako la antsa tla ilo monyane it's a build up of knowing gore o tshwere ke le tlotsi le le feng not gore o fitlhile go dila re ke na le tlotsi le monna bana ka boniki ha ba fetsa ba rai wena o na le manono bona go no mmonang a o itse history ya niki go morao so that is why ne ke re o tshwanetse o be gentle o tlele that process so that re ska kgona go mesa the calling e leng mo this person
ya no mpotseng ba gaitso ka le bontate le bana especially na video ba le jibili ke le pantsola yona le ithuana ya ya no
bona sentse no re pheko tso bone ka go ke le pantsula
wa mona ke le pantsola wa isa thwasi a tshwana ka
no calling bona ya
wa top all right now I'm breaking down taba ya the different ones that we always get ne malepona baba thwalisang batho ka go bola batho and why are you being taught because one Gobela told me no we are taught both things we are taught the good and the bad you'll choose what to say is that true like how you are taught the good and the bad
no
then whether
remember
then but again the good like the bad
again go well back to ntwe ke buileng
yeah
remember he o thwasa he o le Gobela wa ka ke thwasa a ke thwasiswe kwena
ke badimba
so everything else e loring etla after
yeah
ke motho
okay nna ke ikitseng go ke batla do tseo
wena o ikitseng o Gobela ha o stone
oh yeah
because remember process ya o thwasa that's why dingaka chupi ke batho ba loring ba thwasa ba le go ntlong ba robala ka ditoro dilotso go fela self initiates I guess yes it's because everything in a level ya yona so batla thoma ba offer something very simple like as I reflect in my case first dream that I had that was specific was ke robetse ke bona shock absorber ya koloi literally and
shock absorber koloi yes
yeah and not only shock absorber but once specifically the side of the car either the front or the back tire right okay then you see it and then why the next day you're like oh okay you acknowledge so what you need to understand is the process of the process itself will put you at a point and a level eloring and at each point you need to respond to it you need to acknowledge it
yeah
and that's where we make a mistake so if you are melaiza if you are dibono if you are everything but that's in the spirit again
yeah
in the physical you need to acknowledge you need to act it out you need to be intentional about it
yeah
that's when the spirit will say okay point taken tick
okay
and then run a mill
yeah
so it's automatically the something that is very simple like shock absorb right and then here it starts being complicated
okay
right
yeah
then in something celoring now khona lo understand that if another person atla alorile a particular dream as I what it means and then you start asking a couple of questions and then you're like oh okay this is exactly what's happening here
yeah
but because already so fitly mo leveling you and you are now starting to practice either directly or indirectly tick we move to the next level
yeah
so ntwe ne bua ke niki hore sometimes renal tendency ya o rusha and think hore etla one shot no it doesn't it's like school before you start walking you crawl before you start running you walk it applies in that manner
yeah
and as you grow into it Leona self grows with you
okay
yeah
so but then like I said Malebona for example what is that
okay so
is that how is it like was she taught or era tlobole mokekolola and then era about to be what's happening
okay I read the song ka tloga ona beno ka fitla ka reka ntlo go Garangu
yes
and then morago ka no botsa batho ba couple re ke ngaka ka letsa scoop
yes
ke mang a tlo yang a ilo verify at which institution hore ke ngaka ka nnete
okay
yes that's point number 1 we forgot to clear gore what is the level let's say nkareng ke di fake tsa di Gobela or tsa di ngaka
yes
that's why ne ke nyako o ya go mora hore ke tlile mo blekeng ka botsa batho ka re ke ngaka
ba dumela because of that group and
because ona le school la ka se beti school ka re bo TS batla dikoloi di emba ho ema batho dam and as far I start believing and living like a Gobela like a ngaka everything it will happen like that so and then hangata re lebetse o bolela batho ba leng dingaka tsa nnete or ba na le di calling bona nako they were first presented ka bongaka or calling, they didn't want it.
Okay.
Mara hangata people ba iloring a sitsona. They
Ke
will
bona ba
always
ishanelang,
tell
yeah.
people gore bona ke
Ke dingaka,
dingaka. How
yes.
lengaka, you don't need to tell people gore ngaka. We can
Yes.
just wapila le batho every day.
Yeah.
But lo itse after gitse how many years or pila wena o ngaka.
Yeah.
So a ke re ne re tshwantse re bolela ka di telltale signs tsa hore if le motho ha tshwantse ilo thwasa, why ba a gcina ropilwe? Because ne ke nyaka go highlight ntho ya hore go thwasa o tshwana le lenyalo. You don't just do these things alone. Go thwasa o thwasetsa family.
Okay.
Go rwala o rwalang
Family.
yes.
Okay.
So that is why the support that they must give you ka during your training le ka nako le nko I fail because le ha o bua o thwasa, they are your first patients tse wena o tlo thomang o rarabolla mathata le aba o bontshitseng ona hore what is wrong ka family.
Kana ba re ngaka ikalafi.
O lokisa family ya heno. A ke re go buditse ka re mmereko wa ngaka ko tlo lokisa dilo tse ko morao e di sentseng.
Yes.
O bola o na le tlhosi ho na le thongo.
Oh, I want to know. Le thongo ke nyano Jehova. Le thongo ke nyano.
Amathongo ke batho ba robetseng.
Okay.
Le tlhosi can be wa kweno, can be le tlhosi le tswa ko strateng. If mmaka nkile a ratana le makula or family ya makula or ma-China, nka nna ka re ke le bjana ka makala ke positsa ke le tlhosi la le China. Because the relation started way back. That's why batho ba bankeleng ha re ka folwa bongaka re ka se bolele straight so hona le mo mbotlo re tlaka-tlakantsha hona le tse di nyaka a certain level of mind to understand.
Okay.
Kana go ntate molao ne ile chomi le ntate o mong ba bereka ba botlhe maybe go mining.
Yeah.
Ntata o tswa Botswana, ntate la o tlhale vendor. So what he said about the spiritual realm is that wena mo ka nna bana le these rules tse di di re governang. Some of them maybe as the rules tsa rona as black people. So when these spirits di look at the spirit realm, di kona tse di decisions tse di ntse le re wena ka the mental or the physical you cannot understand.
Yeah.
So now I'm saying ntatola ebe arata mo arabana ba papa how lili 4 or 5 ebe ntatola mo venda arata wena. So le tlhosi la hae ebe letla ko heno re tlo visitor no batho ba ntata e molwa ina nna tlhokometse a nrata beano ka re ke family ya ko hae. So le tlhosi la ka le robetse le itse batho ba le ele almost or ele family ya ka. And then nna mo baneng ba ka ke a bona o la ilo enda ba ile sefebe fela re rekisa ko strateng o la o etsang o la yo ba tsotsi e mara we know hore o wa ntate mokete wa ntate segogwane e tlo ba ena. How do they know? They sit around on a council and discuss me and you ka future ya rona.
Okay.
O arabile.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's fun.
Idea,
And something.
my
also,
head is aching.
Yeah.
This topic is
So
very
I
deep.
get yeah.
There's something also in the it's very sensitive, ne?
Yeah. Okay.
So much so that sometimes le rona self rates are the mistake.
Yeah. As what? As the dingaka or
As
as
just an individual.
as battle. All right.
And remember, there's a post mo TikTok e kileng ka e bona ya ntato mong I think o kena go shembe a itlhalosa a re re na lo etsa mistake for example ya o leboga Sedimo. Sedimo a se leboga.
Okay.
Yeah. Because by
Let's
definition
leboga yang kana. Ba se leboga yang.
how leboga it means hore se ko etseditseng sona
Yeah.
ke feditse.
Oh, okay.
You
Tlhaloganya,
understand?
yes.
Feditse, yeah.
Yes.
So he o kreile tšhelete a re wina lotho for example
Yeah.
1 million or ke a leboga. It means hore se ba o fileng
Go feletse mo.
kgotsofetse.
Yeah.
So it's little things like that tse loreng le rona self-inflicting I get. And to a point where diphoso tseo are re ithuta hantse re tsamaya.
Yeah.
And to a point where we realize at a later stage or but ke nna ntse ke ikwalla.
Yes. Yes.
And at the other point ene ke batla ho tla ko yona ke ene ke bua hore le he o rapela you need to be careful what you are saying and how you are saying it. Like,
Yeah.
and I gave an example ka hore you pray for strength without understanding or having an understanding or what is it exactly that
We'll go
you're
further
saying.
through what to
Through
get you
what?
the strength. Yes.
Yes. So you need to be careful of how you pray and how you say, and it has to be conscious and intentional. and I think that's where Rona relate. Yeah. Because even prayer, it's levels. You need to understand what and it's something that I normally explain. Otswa ka 12 o'clock. Bar okay. O rapela ka 12 le 3. For example, right? everybody robetse ka 12 liter, by the way.
Unless Bo Simon.
Right.
Yeah.
And ho foka me moya meng whether ke and then when I rapela ka 12 liter, the only thing that you're focusing on is ke rapela chelete, ke rapela koloi, ke rapela, and you start then questioning the concept of why choose the most nako e lo reng ho foka me moya yo yotle lo reng teng ya
ene theditse go tlo ba reng. Yes.
wena o kopa koloi le chelete. What is it? What do you think will come out of that?
Some or like one of them will pick up and give what you want, and not in a good way, right?
Exactly. So and it's concept like that I always say, how it's far fetched.
Yeah.
But in reality, when you start thinking logically about it,
Yes.
is exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to be careful of these things, and we need to start trying to understand, not doing only, but trying to understand and comprehend what.
Yeah.
What is it exactly that I am saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you may, and another, let me give you a stupid example. You ask for a car, Baofa Renault Kwid,
Yeah.
and then you are not satisfied.
It's a car.
It's a car.
How the body very good. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
need to be specific.
You want a Mercedes Benz AMG.
AMG.
Yeah.
But okay, or end. But we don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why we need to be careful. You need to be specific because
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you need to say yeah, not, but you get the point.
Yes, yes.
So we need to start as Batubabans. We need to not only take things because they are you, but you need to start questioning the essence of seriousness, so that and be.
Namuna ke rata ba specific ka basadi ke nyaka basadi ba step ba opaka monna.
So my TSA offers on computer twin. That is why kids have with only hybrid.
Yes.
Like I am.
When?
I could go with a hybrid.
Yes.
So each time.
Ke mangu of hybrid. Ke hybrid.
Yeah. Each time obana le twin. Le time of prayer.
Yeah.
And the spiritual level how unso ya go dimo. O starta ho ithuta dilo tse ding le dilo tse nka reng ke di tricks. That is why batho ba sa utlwise gore go phatla go rapela lo meditate it's all in one. You need to be at certain specific things le energy ya how ile right if you are going to be vocal about what you want. Remember ntse so the demons tsa ka di are here di ready for something se di nyaka monna.
Yeah.
Whether di utlweletse ba di rumile gore di tlo interpreta se ke se bolelang di se ko whoever.
Yeah.
So that is why you don't have to say anything with your mouth. You just close and you meditate. Still, you are talking inside in order to utswalle yourself inside that cocoon.
Yeah.
Or uskabana le something says vocal. If it was important or also ka 3, like he's saying. So, ke santse re ke tlo ruta dilo tse ding tse dintsi.
So when I take wa bona lo yena wa bona go tsala.
It depends on wena ha ona na ro bona ke eng.
Ke ba ka go bona me brother like o khono bona
like.
like.
What ro bona ke eng wena? What do you think o bona ke eng?
Profit like imbutse thato a tsena ka more. What did you see when you came in here? And how did you feel?
Not necessarily.
What energy did you pick up, you know, amongst all of us? Go bona ga gore like koro khono a jikibili ka tla wa itse re etla ka insusiro for example. Ke nna wa kena mo go se mfana ka tla kwana bona man. So important. Ke ski win next. Can you do that?
It happens.
It happens.
A ke re go buditse ka re tloela o jana matloelo jafari. Ke di step tsa mathomo.
Na mo ne ka tlope.
Then that is why na mo na ka tlope. Dintse ka ra o di bona mara o di bone pila man.
Ha ke bone sepe me bra. Na ke bone fakolo, ke bone next nna.
And then re go botsa. Tia so boletse another thing. Batho ba bangata when they were following the spiritual callings tsa bona.
Yeah.
Somehow hona le mo mbantse at certain positions they are protected but for a little while.
Yes.
Hona le batho ba bang ba na le calling ya nnete ne ba tshwantse e be dingaka tsa o gida gore ba profeta ba ilo tlhabisa batho bena ka bo ka mimbata. Mara rona ben ke di doctor ke di nurse. That didn't be a shield for temporary for what they must be.
Until when? until bona ba decide okay bona
a ke re
Morena.
go botse le tlosilela la tloa le ro o bereka mo apere diphika ke a ke re opolo di nese kala ni apare diphika
Yes.
that is one le calling ya sepostole di kereketse tsa rena tsa Sotho ba bontsha speaker mara nna ke hotse bo mama rena ne ba apare diphika tse dintse blue ene ka motlase ne ba tse maroon or no na le tse maroon
Yes.
yeah ene ba apere byang bosweu
Yes.
dilo tse la go di lebella e tshwana le kereke ya apostolo.
Okay.
So now you have to understand why people ba survive under bo doctor le bo nurse whereby ne ba tshwantse ba etse calling ya go bona unless e lore that calling e monyaka ka nnete ko yo tsentshang ka motlasa dikoloi
Yes.
ka level ya bo important ba ha ko kingdomong.
Yeah.
Now has no ba doctor ba nurse
Yeah.
o ibile go re se shoro o na le calling.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Is because your vibration every day how bereka di patient
Yes.
unsa vibration ya kwalo botlhoko.
Yeah.
That is just something to heal nyana fela problem o nang le yona.
Okay.
So ne go re ke yo tlhalosetsa gore o tlose di position tse dintse re leng mo tsona.
Yeah.
Di doctor di nurse. Ngaka Chupi
Chupe. Yeah.
ke chemist.
Okay.
Meaning o no bereka ka ditlhare wa di epa fela are e ke penicillin.
Yeah.
Ke chemist.
Yes.
Once o thomo bereka ka batho ba tshwara o doctor and then e tla ya ka gore ha ile ro ya professor o Gobela
Yeah.
nese a ke le thwasane
Okay.
le ngoma
Yeah.
yeah re tla bola betsa tsile
No. It's vast.
But then the last thing, what you guys doing at these fake ones? They're everywhere. Young kids are getting to this thing. Getting a golf Saturday, but getting Gobela, but then you know, and I'm gonna repeat and always repeat it some day. People see that and they believe this is how it is. What's happening? Because again now I'm believing like you've got Mukhato, right?
but traditional healers organization that's where you can report dilo tse so o tla go nna o nya go validate gore ke ngaka o fitla o kra ona
certificate le khate ya la ke
tsamaya o nya ka nka ra kena anything that o ka yetsang go mora gore o duse gore dimane ke neng o thwasitse neng o thwasitse kae ka byang
because ke bone ko lebe oloba some episode ke shebile mo
no
it's research my fan what's now I want to like what a little bit what I've done is I was a missionary for a year and being a missionary I was going there just to learn different things in a Christian fraternity because I was a believer that is mahauti alemo in one spot exposed to anything else. You understand? That person is kokundi mo gauti. Ha ka ya Johannesburg o tlo makona kante no awa a tlogela people didn't believe the right thing. So now I went there to learn and to see everything different. I went to Hinduism, I went to Islam, I did all these things. Even other churches I went to just to go and sit down and learn. I don't know why I did that. It just came to Mutama. Yakwa for a year, half a time meet other people who are calling themselves Christians who are Europe. See a man got tattoo, got the piercing, see what, yeah. You know, and just learn. The next time when you have to meet somebody like that, you know what you're gonna say to them. Instead of just coming to Nick Jibilika, understand? Because I'm keep away from that ignorance thing. I get. That's why now I do that and I watch all these shows. Not because I'm entertained, but because I want to learn and see where to do. I keep it. You understand what I'm That's why I'm talking. Like I still go to the Bible. You can't enter a straw man's house without binding him first. You need to learn your enemy. Even you need to learn their enemy's weaknesses and everything and how to invade them easily. You understand? So I believe or sometimes whatever, instead of knowing the other side of the enemy. That's how the enemy wins. Because go TV, it's a mass media. People are watching that thing. You understand? And they learn that nonsense more TV. When ole tato, a very huge vast of knowledge like a Toniki, like we can't talk to people about this thing, blah 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 blah. But the devil will always raise bar high. Our just get the TV, get the radio, get the podcast, the show more YouTube, whereas the true ones won't back. But what is our knowledge? Then who perishes? The very people are supposed to be helping.
I think Hossein, now one thing that I can say from a little bit of experience, people who have knowledge, that is why you'll see like the likes of Dr. Mutsaha Matola and all these other people. Sometimes they remain at the back seat. The late Credo Mutwa ended up remaining at the back seat. Konamanje Sembolo Mkulunzingisa is coming up at Mkulunzingisa.
African literature and Kemetism.
Okay.
Siyambona, but you told ukuthi sometimes uba ngathi ba reluctant nyana, you understand? Abantu abanolwazi. The reason why sometimes they take a back seat in terms of trying to go forward. It is because of it is difficult to inform and share knowledge with people who don't appreciate knowledge. I find it very, very difficult. That's why I go through pain sometimes when I have to share things with people that I know that they don't appreciate.
Yeah.
I hate the idea that says bekuvele kuzoba so. Why akuzange kube njalo until I said something?
Yeah.
You know, I've taught this to my first wife, because of you women, they have that kind of a thing sometimes. You were sick here, and you did not know how to come around the sickness.
Yeah.
It took my prayers, talking to either God or my ancestors about your sickness for you to get healed. But when you wake up, you want to behave as if
Yeah.
you do not appreciate. You understand?
Yeah.
And I see a lot of us, especially South Africans, we have that mentality.
Yes.
That we tend not to appreciate. Just to say, man, thank you. You understand? I wouldn't have made it without you intervening. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That goes a long way. That is why sometimes I get so annoyed to share things with people because of there are certain people, you know, they want to act as if they know. And yeah. And but it's so hard just to say, "Good, you know what? Thanks." You understand?
Yeah.
Black South Africans, we suffering from empty pride. And sometimes this empty pride makes it difficult for those of us who can help to actually try helping, because of we ask, nobody's going to care, nobody's going to appreciate, so you're just going to be wasting your time and wasting your energy. So
Yeah.
Well, you understand what I'm saying? That's the attitude. So I mean, seriously, that's the attitude, because of at the end of the day, it's so irritating. Now, that's why I think you find a lot of people now with knowledge at the back seat.
Okay.
And yeah. But
even the Bible is saying the same thing almost. Yari, again, knowledge we are giving like refuel for other people, right?
It's true that
it's not my knowledge. So whether you accept it or appreciate it or not, that's not my problem. The rewarder will reward me. But because the Bible when you should know that, and they don't accept you. What you should when you leave, shake that exactly. You are as testimony against them, or you were there. But then I would simply say, "Nah, fuck together. I appreciated this thing. Then it's my fault." Or those people, but not Jonah, for example.
I was about to say,
yeah.
I understand Jonah's frustration because of, I mean, I'm suffering from the same frustration that Jonah had. He said a good time, man. Why Frumba says man, they don't appreciate
what they don't.
I'm going the other direction. I understand his frustration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I know the knowledge we have, we need to share it, because it's not our knowledge. It's knowledge about what God gave you or ancestors gave you. He gave it to you for about not to keep it to yourself. Whether I appreciate the GB or they don't appreciate, it doesn't really make any difference. It's not yours, it's his. And no one else. It's fine. Do not even feel bad, because the moment you feel bad, or that curse you hide towards yourself. Maybe I'm away. Oh no, Diman Laka Solar Ngakepsi. Oh no, title. No, you feel because you're yaka because of eating. Okay, Shami Brati, get a move. They fell lamu. Please let me not take his guilt. Deal again. It's his. Ke ena ke le rantlo ka bom. Why you don't try to ke marono itse fela go se ka go sola yona nje. We understand. So knowledge ana nalon are ntse re fe batho. And let us be more proactive. The devil is not sleeping. Whoever is bad out there is not sleeping. He's busy promoting things. He has divided churches so deeply that you don't even know which is which.
Yeah.
How is the pila go regala? Ba tla ka di noga ba tsa ba tshudi magotlo, ba tsa di ditolo. Ba bangwe tswa ba Nigeria ba tsa akiting sa TB Joshua tla ka tsona ba shwa ba le 40. Ba le kae ba le ba di haki building. A TB na thola ka bona or what the hell was going on. How is because people are so confused. They want to get something so gore hakizo ba pela ba nyakang. So it's up to us with knowledge. Gore ba fetu. Knowledge ke for free. Freely you are given, freely you must freely you received, freely you must give.
I get that's why it's a calling. Calling ne ke nyako araba maine o re wena go utlwa ntse re chelete.
Ke batla fe.
I tsamaisang le
Ga
chelete.
ka pele.
Bona
A go
chelete.
na mona ka nanga ka tsona ka modidi. There is no way.
Ko wena o welang anda tsa di fake. Utlwala. Wa
Ke expect gore modimo badima ba re khosi yana o utlwa tsana mo fanaka. Also from this level, they must take care of me and my family, correct?
Utlwa rona beno etsang. O ba fa molao.
Ena. Ke ba kholo ba ka kere. Ke ba kholo ba ka
Yeah, mara bona
kere.
ba fa
My
wena
father was
molao.
like supposed to be to cost me the taku to school.
Ah, ba na
At the
problem.
school,
Yeah.
I didn't tungulum, correct? So ke expect them have a like until they must even more powerful than the one they were now. Hana ba phele.
Mara wena o ka se etse ntwe wena o ka se botse bona gore o nyakang. Utlwa
They should know.
No ke ra wena o utlwa o na la idea beng ya di ancestors.
Yeah.
Can we finish up this other topic some other time because now it's getting to
I just wanted to say
into
something.
another subject.
we need to I get this thing is a discussion. I get
Yes.
it same applies le badi.
Yeah.
Okay, depending on what is it that
The
they
level,
require and the
Okay.
level, yeah.
Yes.
But it's a discussion. So ke mmereko wa ka ke ngaka.
Yes.
Right. O bua le bona. Bathong, there's an idea that I have. Etc. 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Yeah.
Please tell me if you agree or not.
Okay.
And then Bawfai go ahead.
Yes.
And then it becomes a success.
All right. All right.
It doesn't necessarily say you must stop what you are doing.
Okay.
Get?
Yeah.
Because you are fulfilling what they have called you to do.
Yeah.
This guy is asking, can I passion, can I calling, but I hate a
Yeah.
Okay, here's the solution. Passion how I patala dikoloto? No. Passion how you regala goloi? No. Okay, so this is my advice. Yetsa se tshwantseng se patale gore o phele.
Yeah.
But once this thing is established, o
Yeah.
skebe wa lebala
What you're supposed to have done before.
what you are supposed to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Rather, establish systems somehow so that you allow it or answer it to the calling.
Okay.
That's how we.
That's all, yeah.
Yeah, and it was profound in the sense that we the calling will always be there.
Yeah.
Let's make and the minute you don't answer to it, then you run the risk of everything that you've built to fall flat on the floor. And that's
Okay.
the mistake that we do.
Yeah.
We think because Mercedes C63 and this thing is not fulfilled.
Yes.
And you think you exempted.
What then? Yeah. All right. Last one I want to ask you. Like that one.
Talo sa ka ke dilatlhile. Marona le tse ding di teng.
What did I say to wena? Can never for
Ke agreement ya ka le baloi ba ka. Ke re na kona
Yeah.
na kona ne ke tla go tlhalosetsa gore as much as motho a thwasa
Yeah.
motho mo lo mo ha thwasa a ka be ana le badimo ba ba shapo le badimo ba baloi.
Yes.
And then it's a binding contract.
Yes.
After o fetsa o find out, that's why ba bang still o nantsa practice bu good a practice bu lui or o kre le o ibile na entirely wela ka mbuloi.
Yes.
So nana go la go botsa ka bo mmalepona ke re bo mmalepona you might find hore a se metho ibile a thwasitseng ba mmudisa fela ba ra ga tseya dai ela le laser le wa tsentsha motho ka moara metsi wa motlhapisi ko ona ba re wa motlhapisi because stirimisa ne le mostly tlhapisa
Ka
go ya ka nna.
Both. Yeah.
Ai ora ba re ke mmalepona we don't know gore ba le ke mmalepona either ne ba mo krile somewhere ka lepona or how tlhapiso sala ka lepona that one we don't know but utlwa ba bitsiwa or maybe ba ra gore ka re wa tlhapisa ha o ya kwena go tshwantse o no sadiwa ka lepona.
No, ba rena ke o boletse gore ene o phekela ka lepona.
I then a ke itse gore ena e be a bereka bja.
O ka sa phela msetlo.
Ah,
We don't know.
Sala sa ka fa.
She's dead.
No, there was. She
I
once
never
came
knew
to
her.
Motsweding FM.
I never knew
I
her.
get come to the FM yola. Bile a phone. But ke swile a se ke swile like za phela mali pona mo pani mo da em.
No, I've
okay.
I've heard about it, but I've never been to her.
Yeah.
And I've heard a story. Kare uzamaga lipuna vela tathloba batho. Kare de hona le noga na le yona.
Na le banyana ba re ka le bona ba mapone. Lo ena tsena ka taba tlhobola and everything.
I've heard about that. Hey, you know what? That zone, it's another zone.
Ke boloi.
It's another zone. You
No.
know, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
You know what mine is saying? It is true.
Okay.
I understand. And then sometimes to go to the Abamanyama to pay to illegals like Limyama, operating an intel operating a con. At the same time, have an open mind to say, Uguti, remember in the actual fact, Uguti, Labanda Basebenzi Mukfana, be imhlope mnyama, whatever the case might be, because of the originality at the same time of the human race, were without clothes. That's another thing.
Man, they fit like somehow.
Somehow.
Yeah.
So I do not want to pass judgment per se
On somebody else.
on somebody operating alone. Maybe to go to Lumuton Pet, I do not want to pass judgment.
Yeah.
But what I can pass judgment on is the results that happen and the manner of doing things.
Yeah.
Like we are talking now about like issues of umuntu ushate abafazi namadodolana nabo and umuntu wesilisa. I mean, idlozi la ngempela umuntu uphethwe ikhehla uphethwe ugogo uphethwe bani. There has to be a clear line.
Yes.
Ukuthi ume kuphi.
Yeah.
There can't be confusion. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now lapho I can pass judgment.
Yeah.
But ukuthi uvela ugqoke ini kanjani, hey, it becomes. But if ever you're gonna say it to me, ukuthi lala nami for you to get healed, I
Yeah.
can pass judgment on that.
Yeah.
I can pass judgment on that. That sounds so sick.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? That sounds so sick. Why must I sleep with you? Abasekhaya mabangisusa la bangiletha la ukuthi uzongihlola. They never told me anything about this. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can pass judgment. So zikhona ezinye izinto sometimes ukuthi but mangizofika lapha ukuthi mhlawumbe ugqoke khavela or ugqoke isikhindi lapha ugqoke i-short pen uhamba ngomzimba ushaya intambo yakho. I can't pass judgment on that.
Okay. Wa ra ona ditaba ke o di latlhile tsa gago bo di latlhe
O boditse gore a ke tlo declare diphiri ke se nna le badimo ba ka re dumelaneng ka
ba
sona.
go file tsone pele o di latlha after mo.
Maybe something went wrong and then ra find out or no ha di tsamaya di a tsamaya.
So
Ha o
how-
tlo botse ke reng ka se tlo botsa diphiri.
So I can consult kona pele.
Ai.
Mine bolele nete o loile ka
Wa bona
No.
di phiri di tla tswa mfana.
Ke assumption. And le bona mo re lebetsela ya dikobela tsela tse ile re di tla ko tabeng ya hore Agnes a re ulo thwasa. So mara Agnes ke mosadi ya hae.
O tla mo ja,
Are
yes.
matlozi a re beao.
Since like stingwa again naka mo.
Yeah. No,
Mara
besides
ke
sare
solo,
o believe hore matlozi a mmontsha hore o e tlo ba mosadi ya or e bile ba mosadi ya bobedi.
Yeah.
That's why ke re now re mo leveleng ya rona ya bophelo we have to re berekisa certain things before re ka conclude. Ha motho a re ile thwasa we won't fall trap mo dilo tsa tsona le tsona tsa hore motho o patient mara se khala are o mosadi ya ka gore matlozi a o ratile a kamo.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it can happen, but I think batho ba exaggerate ho etsa ba re keng ho condona dilo tsa bona tsa bofebe.
But we
It
forgot
will be
something.
straight, yeah,
We forgot to
sorry.
call Matapelo.
Ke re go what's no
Jesus.
ona bene ke kanti we ka tshirisa phone le matapelo mara no le nja ka meno.
What's some put the phone Matapelo? Should be part of this conversation to
Well, it's unfair.
o sendile Facebook.
re no tla fela re hello baba.
O sendile Facebook are ghetto aviation. Ke le na ba lawyer
Get your aviation.
Yeah, about black people in the ghetto careers don't sleep. Whatever. All right, not on for the next time. I end up that man.
And
Kill
we say we
that.
sorry ke hey man ka tseno ra phone.
Matapelo and then.
Le mo khadi ne ke o botse ke re re utlwa fela input.
Why, what?
Nanya ke re o ne matapelo le.
Eh, ke di ba khatile. So so gonna tell us sorry.
David.
O tlhaka o ira.
Put your high.
Yeah.
Yeah, got the family.
Ne.
Okay.
Sbar, wa na ditaola.
No.
Ona leng.
ke na le melamu
Melamu e tshwana ke
leri
ra leri
ke na le
nya ka dade kasna ke St John
eh
ke batla leri no ndan mpheleri wena o seka leri pila ke re nyaka
leri akere o le kreya ka pono o
ba le bereka bebe la tibinya sa ke
la tsipi ya le o ya meketeng e teng leri
sanga le ka ko ke ba shopping ko marabi mo la mokoning. There's a shop there says donate. Hanga ke tla reka that.
Remember everything o ka nna le yona. It's just that it tlhoka activation.
Akere o bone le Excalibur ela ya King Arthur. Since it's ena ka moara le tla.
Yeah.
Everyone who trailer inside Marut le fela a lame person e farm. I tshwara fela activate.
So o ka nna le tsona ka ofela wa reka mabai wa reka masela mare di tlhoka activation.
Okay.
And activation ya teng ena le process unless if ever olora or tshwantse go nne le buy for whatever reason then he will reka then you believe or le tla ka se le tlang ka sona.
Okay.
Yeah, as an instruction.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I also wanted to say or go utlwella also includes the instruction. Like you'll get an instruction or no o rekile dipatla.
Yeah.
Dipatla tsa ho a di nne ka lebota o tshwantse di behe mo fatshe. So every time ho tsamaya everybody a beha patla so wena o e beha mo fatshe. So it's things like that you need to be aware of. But no, the taola ke na tsona.
Yeah.
For now, ke
Muruti straight.
Street.
So you know on the other side yona.
Sanzana it. Yeah, but hona ya no the way ke yetsa ka teng gore ke try ho balance the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe.
Ya
bele. Does ke matlapanja?
Yeah, but ba botle
Ke matlapa je.
Ba bona di seashell eng ya e. Wa ka ra o tla go ke nnotse
O tsere spanner se senyana.
Ha wena na di taola every day go tla fela ntung ba tsolla khotlo. Ha o tla no ka motho tsore paniki le ane dele le tlapanyana le lenga.
Yeah. So, like the other side, I'll say that anything.
Yeah, so the whole thing,
like you want to consult, let's say I want to consult to you. Can I come and consult with a lawyer?
No. I'm not what I normally do is I try to get to explain sitting.
Okay.
Yeah, but lately, what I find myself doing is having to try and interpret, not necessarily interpret, but make you understand perhaps what the dream might mean. And the signs and what you have to look for. And simply because that I had to learn as I was moving along.
I see.
Yeah.
It's serious.
When I pantola,
you are talking to the most dangerous person.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I got why is that in Jibiru? Kwena Oliru. Kwena Liru.
Oliru.
Ko betho ka liru. Ke ena wa liru.
O tlisisa na.
Ke o tshile tla sha witse. Yeah.
Well, now I will tell you the issue at the town. Like not one at the town.
Okay.
Mara the town was
Dimo wena.
They are here.
Okay.
Because of issue at the tower, the answer is not in the tower. The tower, they help you to interpret what already
it's inside.
Is coming up. Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody, they are here. Now in my case, it's a matter of connection. There are certain things that I do. I had a guy that came at some point in time, and begafunu ukwazi inkinga bekanayo.
Yeah.
Justice Nefu nje. And then from there, ngisdonza ngithela phansi khehla lakhe lavela. And sometimes these people uma bavela.
Yeah.
Kuba ngathi it's your mind. Ulavela la khuluma manje ngambuza ukuthi man kunokhehla elikanje nakanje ngiyam describe what I see. What umkhulu lo.
Okay.
No, at 1 2 3 4 5. You know, that is what
you can do.
that's what I've been familiar with.
So talk
a
to
lot.
me. We were
It doesn't.
Can I pay Pia Kashi?
No.
Like a baby or one.
No. It doesn't just trigger like that. It doesn't, you can't trick these guys. They do certain things when they want to do them.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I mean, Namanja, I had a phone call today from, this is a friend of mine, but it's somebody who, through me interacting with him,
Yeah.
he has turned to see the gift.
Okay.
He will come maybe after 2 years. Abuye, at hey man, everything that you said, it has happened. Last time I was with him, he was asking me about things, not okay sharp. 30 people, fagi lokuzani pipi, ngape, mangpema, network yakal. And I told him everything from farming, whatever it is. And he said, I've been hearing that. I know that. As a matter of fact, there's a place like that. And
Then let's do it now.
No.
On live on camera.
I will.
Bring your baby up for us. Hurry. I can get like a lot less tomorrow.
So my point is this. My point is that. So my point is this. I didn't go to a particular school to learn anything.
Okay.
These things, they just happen.
Pop up.
But yeah, they just pop up, and when they happen, for some reason, you get the ability to keep up with it as you are shown, and to say that. And the Montulo, I'm buzanga next. But to tell you everything that you're saying, in Jalo, it resonates nae. Even the person, the same thing when my second wife came into our marriage, she was looking for a child. Beng sem sam. What you am busy. Mangimbiza ngathi wahlala phansi ngathi kuthiwa next year this time uzobamba umntana. She cried, and that's exactly what happened.
What happened? Yeah.
Do you understand? So it becomes difficult sometimes to say to a person, I can do or I can't do. But when they happen, they happen.
Okay.
That's how it is, and that's how you know before uthwasa futhi ukuthi kahle kahle unalo ubizwe ngempela.
All right. Okay, but hey, thank you. Anything else that?
No.
Okay, so for like 3 hours ago. Hey, past 11. Yeah,
Leona happy harga lebella. I need a part 2. Na le so
very.
We
need to do that. No, it's fine. It's fine. We must know the secrets, man. Look like a period, I would say.
No, I mean, okay, here go.
Well, I know.
Can I interject?
Yeah.
My name mustn't tell the secrets.
Why?
No. It's fine. There are certain things that you mustn't tell.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because we are tired of this whole thing of people coming up into the
well, Mikey.
Of people coming up into the media.
Yeah.
And then exposing izinto zethu.
Yeah.
Yet Tina izinto zabanye abantu asizazi.
Yeah.
And I don't see wisdom in that because of as much as you want to educate.
Yes.
Educate to a certain point.
Yes.
And then when it comes to the deep things, umuntu who wants to learn will as an individual come to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Will come forth. That's how it is. Because of this whole thing of just badla. There's no wisdom in it. If you look at it.
Yeah.
I think maybe my last comment.
Yes.
I read to them who
well. All right.
We need to start listening.
Yeah.
And not only listening, but
yes,
listening to understand.
All right.
Our problem as a South nation is that we've gotten to a point where we think the things that are happening are normal.
Yeah.
And they're not.
They're not. Yeah.
So we need to go back to basics.
Yeah.
And basics in all forms, shapes, and sizes.
Yeah.
Because we need to try and find ourselves again so that we can start building from truth.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
All right. Honorable man.
Oh, I there's no way I can take out the secret.
Yeah.
I just have to protect what is supposed to be protected in the spiritual realm because in no tshwana le yone la ha re ruta bana dilo sa le ba banyane o bone ko dikolong go senya bjang ka tsela ya falling. So na beno we don't want to divulge so many things tse loreng le batho ba o criticize that they will just go through tsona and then ebe another. So let's keep this thing kamkhulu buwa ngoba batla knowledge maka sondele then it's a filtration to show who's interested. I don't think someone has no interest akanya go unless it is super spy from when.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll get another until and then lead the listeners and viewers. But remember the question and comments so that we can put them on the table. Let's cover we're having this debate. Let's just hear what did they learn from this. Yeah. Then we can take it forth.
All right. Matapelo.
Allah.
Matapelo is our person.
Are khosi rata go loiwa. Are tsa sopila pino wa fa. A ke motloelo wa fela. 2 minutes ka tlopele.
Let's get 2 minutes.
Why?
Yeah.
Matapelo. Tlola Matapelo. La ka twa. Matapelo ba na go phone me Brazil.
Stand by. Yeah, stand by ka tsona stay mututi. Wa go phone ka le. Matapelo ro boleletse re tla bona ka next
time. All right. But for just our show today, thank you so much, guys, for being here as always to give us wisdom. And I like it because it's so deep. Can't it? I never expected today's responses. Like it was something else. So number 2 yard fanas. For sure next week Tuesday, part 2 yard this one fake Gobelas and deep African spirituality to know where we come from. So it's up to you what you believe, what you want to believe, but don't criticize what you don't know because it doesn't help you in any shape or form. Bye bye. Exactly. I love you. I will see you later. This will be in a podcast today on Spotify and KFM. Bye bye.